Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest. Mr. Luis Mora is with us. How are you, dude?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Dude, the pleasure is all ours. We really appreciate you coming on the show. I love these episodes. Man. I really do. We were having conversations before the show.
I want everyone to notice Chris's smile on his face when he talks about this stuff, dude. When it comes to electronics and YouTube, this guy.
I came in and so many questions.
Tickles his fancy.
I love it. Well, because I feel like a lot of people that watch our show maybe don't even know who you are, you know?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do. I think it's like half and half.
Yeah.
I think you have the YouTube channel that you've had for what, 10 plus years now? 10?
13?
2009, I think.
2009-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And
It's a long time.
Definitely, bro.
And I'm going to tell you right now that you are one of the biggest YouTube channels in skateboarding at this very moment. Now, I don't even think Thrasher touches you. I don't think anybody out there, I don't think any other companies touch you, dude. Like, you are killing it in the skateboarding world, and I'm super interested in finding out more about your journey and how you did it. And I mean, how did we get here? That's what I want to know.
It's been so many years. It's been such a slow buildup that like I told you, so many people would randomly find me and they're like, where did this guy come from? You know? And it's because it wasn't like an instant, like overnight thing. I've been doing this for so many years, and like you start to build like a community and it just keeps going, you know? So it's been years, and people have been watching me since like 2015, 2014, and like they've gone from like being teens to adults, and I've been just doing this for so long. People like will be like, I'll be skating and like some grown man comes up to me. He's like, I've been watching you since I was a kid. And it makes me feel old. I'm only 27, you know?
Right.
I'm like, dude, this is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been doing it for like a long time.
So consistency is pretty much key in that sense.
100%.
But I think also it's the content that you're putting out as well. I mean, you really put a lot of work and effort into your videos. It's not like you're out there, you don't post every single day. You don't even post once a week. You don't.
No.
I mean, sometimes it's a month or two before you post. But when you do, they are really good videos. You put a lot of effort into them. And I think that is one of the keys to your success. Just the one key is a very good product.
Thank you.
Which people watch all the way through.
Yeah, I put too much time. It takes me recently like 100 to 150 hours to edit one video.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love
and then
that.
some videos are kind of expensive and I don't even monetize them. Like we took a New York trip and that was like 10 grand just to like make that, you know, like that one video. And like, I don't even monetize it, but that's where the brand comes in and it can like support this. So it's like
Erased brand.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's your
I've
clothing.
created like this system.
Why don't you monetize it?
Because I want to make better videos. Sometimes I do, because I have homies who make music, but then sometimes like just isn't the right songs to use. So that's when I feel like I'd rather just have a higher quality video, you know,
with the song that you like and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like because there's just some songs that hit so much like different. And,
Yeah.
Like, oh, big time.
yeah. This
sure.
video right here, the New York one, like
This is
It's
Erased in New York City.
yeah, that one, all copyrighted songs.
Music
Okay.
is very important, bro.
So important.
Now, here's the thing too, and we're talking about copyright stuff on YouTube, and it's very hit or miss, right? Like it may be blocked in some countries. So,
I check because
Okay.
it's gotten more lenient.
Yep.
The thing is,
They're
they
getting
get
better.
your money.
Right.
They get your money. I had a video that got like 27 million and it got copyrighted, and I think that person made like $50,000 off my video.
Damn.
Yeah.
God.
which is fine because it was like I felt bad because it was like that baby skater, and like if I would have made all that money off the baby, I would have for sure given his family like a big chunk of that.
this was, and let's pull that up, Raj, if we could. It's a baby, the youngest skater in Japan. No, was that the video?
3-year-old skater in
Oh,
Tokyo
Life
or
of
something.
Two. Okay,
I don't
this
know.
one right here.
My titles are always similar.
Damn, bro.
So you got 20. You said 27 million off this video.
27 million
Yeah,
views.
yeah.
So this video actually instantly started going viral, because actually this is around the time my channel was like going crazy. I had a video right before that hit a few million, so once you do that, it's likely your next one will. But this video like instantly, like in a less than a week, had 1 million, and like I think that already made like a lot of money. And then they just got copyrighted instantly, and it said, because one of my friends made a cover of a song, and YouTube can detect that.
Wow.
And I was just like, my heart dropped. I was like, oh my God, like that really just, that would have been the biggest like monetization. But like, I wasn't tripping like that, because like I had already established Erased, and like you're so used to.
But you did a Justin Bieber lookalike video too that you used music for, and you probably couldn't monetize that either.
Yeah, that was like years ago. That's like when Major Crew was like doing those every year, so I definitely bit their shit. Like that's their thing. I'm not gonna claim that I did that, but I wanted to do one. I had like a really good crew of skaters, so I thought it would be fun.
But still, that one got 5.9 million views. You know,
yeah.
And but it's interesting because I think I think there are YouTubers out there that go that route. I know Dobrik. You familiar with him? He was a big YouTuber. Dobrik, he was doing videos for 4 minutes 20 seconds. And he would use a lot of copyright music. He wasn't monetizing his videos. He was using brand deals and other means to make his money.
Some people have like Patreon or like merchandise.
Which I think it's a very important lesson right here with the YouTube community and skating. It's like we're inundated with skateboard videos. A lot of them are whack. Let's just be honest. A lot of them aren't that good.
They're not interesting.
A lot of them aren't interesting.
They try their best, Chris. They try.
God bless them.
I like that you're not like filtering yourself.
But
like, I've made shitty videos before. I've made plenty of shitty videos. Actually, in 2019 or 2018, I took down over 100 videos and restarted.
Wow.
So people are always complaining. They're like, "Where are the old videos?" I'm like, "Those are never coming back." Because the thing is, you can't build an ego when you get bigger. You know, you have to understand your flaws. And I knew those videos were shitty.
Right.
They were corny like YouTube videos. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna change what I'm doing. Because I used to film just pure skating. When I came to LA, that's when I transitioned into doing YouTube skating through a friend, and then eventually I just polished up both and put them together. And that's when the old videos they were just so like kind of embarrassing. I was like, I'm gonna delete them. I don't care about these. I'm gonna start over.
Okay.
And
which is reasonable. I think that's totally reasonable. Get rid of the old, and this is. I mean, your YouTube page is kind of your brand.
100%,
it's your website.
yeah.
It's the first thing that people go and see.
Imagine your first video watching one of my old videos. You might never want to watch a video again. That's literally
That's how bad they are.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like, especially in skateboarding, we're so judgmental.
Totally. Yeah.
There's a lot of like memes about how skateboarding is like this community that brings everyone together. No, we are judgmental. It does bring us together, but there is a lot of judgment coming into it. Yeah, so if you watch something for the first time, you're going to judge it because you don't know that person. And the first thing you do, music, the way they dress, the way they skate, their style, like
100%.
nollie, fakie, switch, regular, like what do they skate? Rails, handrails, stairs, whatever. So I was like, okay, if that one video is the first video they see and they never want to watch it again, I'd be super bummed. And they weren't that bad, but like I want the first video they see to be the best video. And that's when it went from doing like a video like 3 times a week to like once a month, because I was like, how can I make every video the best I can possibly make it?
Sure. And that's, I think, but I think it's important for people to hear. I mean, as I was saying before, there's so much content and people are just making a video to fill out this song and they're putting filler in there. And it's just, I mean, Kelly kind of nailed it with the word uninteresting. Yeah. It's not interesting, you know, and a lot of them are, you know, it's like, you got to grab somebody in the first, you know, put your second best trick in the beginning and hit them over the head and get me interested in it.
100%. Yeah.
But so I think taking that route and being like, you know what, fuck the 3, you know, 2-3 videos in a week. Like I'm going to put out the best video I can possibly do. And I'd rather put out, you know, one video that gets 100,000 views than, you know, 20 videos that add up to 100,000 views.
No, 100%. Yes, like there's times, you know, like getting a clip is a process, right? You'll spend multiple days just to get one sometimes. Like I just put out a welcome clip for our new writer, Johnny.
Yeah.
And we went back like 6 times to get one clip. and that was for his welcome clip. But I also think if you're like someone who constantly posts his content, you should treat it with that same regard.
Definitely.
Obviously, you can lower the standard. Oh, there's Johnny.
Dude, this kid rips, dude.
Such a good style.
Super sick, man.
He loves chocolate, by the way.
Oh, perfect. I like the kid even more.
He's gonna be on chocolate.
Okay.
I have full confidence
There
that
we
he
go.
will.
Does he get bored yet?
No, but I think he will soon. I'm that
I love
confident.
it. I
I'm
love
gonna
your
make. I'm
attitude.
gonna. Let's go.
How old is he?
17.
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
right.
I found him like when he was 15 on Instagram, and he just kept popping up on my feed again, and I was like, if this kid doesn't blow up soon, like I'm gonna hit him up and try to like help him, because it was just like I don't know, like, you know, some people are just so good at, they just never get their shine.
No
feel
doubt.
you.
There's a
And
lot
he
of
was
those
so
guys.
young.
So
but-
yeah, that's true, but that's the thing. Companies are starting to look for like younger and younger skaters as time goes by.
All day.
And if he's like a popular name and his skate style ability is all there, then it's like a no-brainer for a company.
It's a full package, like Kyonosuke.
Yeah.
That kid's
Kyonosuke.
full pack. Yeah.
But what you're doing is awesome. You're giving these kids a platform to get their
Yeah.
stuff out
I was
there.
just about to
Like
say
I
that.
saw that, I was like, this kid is good.
Kyonosuke?
Oh no, Johnny.
Johnny,
Oh,
yeah.
Kyonosuke is good
He's super
also.
good, yeah.
But it's really cool that you're doing that. You're making all. It's not like you have these huge pros everyone knows about, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like Eric Costin or blah blah blah. You have these young kids that are developing.
But
with
you're
your
making a
brand.
name for him.
Exactly.
Especially with your all the following you got, bro. It makes
Yeah.
it that much easier for these guys to blow up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was very helpful for like their other sponsors too, because like you usually have to build their name up, but like even Kyonosuke, like when he went AM, like everyone already knew Kyonosuke, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
So it was like a no-brainer. Same thing. Felipe was already kind of popular
Yeah.
when I put him on, but still, like, it does give them like some elevation, which is very
Okay.
helpful.
For sure.
Big
Yeah,
For
Johnny
sure.
went from like, we just uploaded this last week, and he went from like 2,000 followers to 10K.
Damn.
Wow.
There you
That's
go.
I love
very
to-
helpful for him.
You
know?
could see the power of your channel.
Yeah.
Right in front of you, bro.
Where is he from? Where's he from?
Santa Clarita.
Oh, okay.
So he
Hey.
actually he knows Carl Ikens pretty
Oh,
well.
okay.
He was like Carl
Okay.
Ikens is a hometown hero, so he's like, "Yo, send me the raw footage." Carl's gonna send it to Chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dope.
I was just on a trip in Tokyo
Mm-hmm.
with the Lakai team, and one of the filmers was there, and I was like trying to like
in
plug
there.
him in.
Hey.
Yeah.
Who was it? John
John
Ponticelli.
Daniel Policelli or John?
Daniel
Daniel,
Policelli,
yeah.
yeah. Such a good dude. Man.
Oh, yeah, he's
he's
great.
Such a good
great
dude.
filmer.
He stayed
yeah.
here plenty of times.
Oh,
I've
really?
known-
Yeah.
I've known Daniel for a long time, man.
Yeah,
He's a good
Policelli,
kid.
man.
So, I mean, it's so much. It's so interesting. We have a lot of stuff to unpack. I feel like just with your channel alone and your brand erased and everything. But like, there's always the journey up to this point. And you said it's been 10 plus years. And I watched a video of yours, which really got deep. And I got to commend you for that too, because like putting your stuff out there like that is. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
You're telling your deepest, darkest secrets to the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Pause podcast.
Okay.
I need to tell you guys that this episode is brought to us by Athletic Greens.
Ooh, we love athletic greens.
We do.
This is gold in a box, right? Love this stuff. With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and Kelly's favorite thing in the whole world, adaptogens.
I love
There it is.
adaptogens.
This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging.
Well, not only that,
Ooh, tell me, Drone.
contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, while still tasting good.
Nothing budget, only buttery, right?
Nothing budget,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
But it also supports better sleep quality and recovery as well.
Tons of people take multivitamins, but it's important that you choose one with high quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb.
And it's also better when you not to have a full medicine cabinet full of, supplements.
Oh, man.
You know,
Wait, so I can get rid of all my supplements?
Yeah, I was just over at Kelly's house the other day, opened the cap. I was hit with supplements.
Get the trash can.
Yeah.
Throw them in there.
To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is just visit athleticgreens.com/9club. That's NINECLUB. Again, athleticgreens.com/9club. Take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance today,
There
which
it
is Athletic Greens.
Take over your health now.
But you're originally from Nevada,
Yeah.
right? And then you had mentioned before in our conversation that you had when you moved out to California, that's kind of when the YouTube thing for you kind of started. Is that what you just said?
Well, that's when I started to make like YouTube lifestyle content. I've been filming like YouTube videos, like edits and stuff since I was like a little kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually uploading like edits to like MySpace when I was like 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I've
Were
like
they getting views?
no. Okay, no, I used to get hyped on 100 views.
Yeah.
It's been a process though, but after I graduated high school, that's when like I decided to do like the filming very seriously. But that was like skate edits, you know. At one point I was like, oh, it went from like wanting to be a pro skater in high school to wanting to just have a job filming skateboarding so I could just be around skateboarding. And then my town had no skateboarders. There was a select few, and it's cool that some people continue, but after high school the majority kind of just drifted away. And I was in between two towns, so there's Carson City and Gardnerville, and I was like in between in the mountains, and to get to either it was like 10 miles each, so it was very difficult growing up. I didn't have much like places to skate or spots, and my local park wasn't the worst, but it was pretty bad. So I'd have to go to the other town to like skate a better park. But keep in mind, like this isn't Vegas. This is a small town, Carson City, like Carson Valley area. And it was really hard to expand. So the first time I came to LA, it was like, it's another world out here, man.
Culture
It's
shock
so
almost.
crazy.
Had you ever
Yeah.
traveled before that? Before
Just to
moving?
Sacramento, which is like Sacramento's sick. There's so many spots, but like that's not that far. That's like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Because I'm close to Lake Tahoe. So like you just pass through Lake Tahoe to get there.
Was there a moment, because you are a really good skater, you are really good, you have good style, you're clean tricks and everything. Was there a point where it was like almost like, hey, should I go for the sponsorship or should I continue down this?
Well, when I was 16, I think that's when Tom Asta's, what video was it? The Color Theory part came out, and it had like this, I think it was like Passion Pit. I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most inspiring video to me, and I was like, I want to be a pro skater. Me and my friend were filming each other. Like I bought the VX, we'd film each other, and I was like, I want to be a pro skater. But then I started getting more obsessed with like filming, and I kind of stopped trying to like film myself and just film other people, because I noticed if no one else did it, this community would kind of just like, someone needs to like bring people
Step up in
together,
that
right?
sense, yeah.
That is
sure.
so important to
So
like
important.
growing up skateboarding. Like
Right.
there's got to be that one guy that like keeps everyone together.
Definitely.
True. And this was the color theory part that got you hyped.
This part is so
Yeah, it's
good.
so good.
The mystery.
Yeah.
So
he
good.
does one of the best fakie flips ever in this part, like down a 10 stair in the hallway.
Look at young Tom.
Always
Star.
precision, bro. Always like just that dude.
Still, hey, speaking of YouTube, this guy's all on YouTube now too, Tom.
Yeah, no, he's killing it. It's so
Yeah.
cool to see. Actually, I think your Battle Commander came out like around this time period too.
Oh, yeah,
I used
yeah.
to watch that a lot. Like,
Wow,
a lot.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. That's
Dude,
crazy.
So it's so cool. Like, yeah, then I met you like 2015.
Yeah.
It's funny how it all just came together. But I was such a skate nerd. Like, I'd watch every video. You know, they had like those Arizona videos, like that era, like Happy Medium, Boyish,
Yep.
all those. I bought Happy Medium 3. It was the coolest thing ever for me. Like, I just loved filming. I loved everything about skateboarding. And it's funny because I didn't grow up watching like skateboard YouTube. That just kind of happened somehow.
yeah.
So when I went to LA, I was filming just skaters, you know,
Right.
like as much as I possibly could.
It's kind of like the Nigel Alexander path, you know, where you're
Yeah.
just hooking up with the skate. I mean, helping these skaters, really kind of like giving them a platform, for sure.
Yeah, before it was like just whoever would film with me, you know,
Right.
like I moved out there and like I didn't know a single person.
Would you film him for your channel or just film him to
I'd
get
film.
clips?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I would help everyone film their parts.
Okay.
And I would hope that they wouldn't want to just like take it and like put it into their own personal projects. I would hope they would commit to filming with me to complete a part. And like it was just a process for anyone to actually complete a part, you know?
It takes a while.
It takes
dude.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of like I had like a group of like 10, 15 people at one point and only like 2 people finished.
Wow.
Yeah. It's hard, man. Like
Oh,
yeah.
trust me, man. I mean,
It's super
I had
hard.
no problem.
Yeah, This clip right here. Switch flip manual, first try.
Listen, that day I did 3 of them.
Wow. Are you being serious?
I swear to God. Took me weeks to finally land it.
The last one was the one.
I did it. I was just feeling it that day. I did 3 of them.
That's crazy.
It's funny how it works, man.
It really is. I was there every weekend trying to get that clip, and then finally got it, and I just did 3 of them.
It clicked, right?
Chilling.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I always trip out in those days.
I'd be hyped if I was the filmer. You get 3 chances to film that, right? Like
Yeah.
that is sick. And you did it so good.
Thank you, bro. That was in.
Was that the last try, or was that one of
I don't
the
even
3?
remember. I have no clue.
Chris doesn't remember that time
No,
era very well.
I don't. I don't.
It's really hard to get up there. That thing is actually really tall.
It's
yeah.
like hit.
Fake it,
Tell
Trey
you, it's
manual.
crazy.
Fake it, Trey, fake it, manual.
Hey, thanks, dude.
I honestly think a lot of the tricks that were done on there is like really monumental. Brad Hayes,
My
Yeah.
God, yeah.
you know, Casey Rigney, Nolly Heel knows. Like a lot.
That was
Anything that was done on there is pretty much. I applaud it for
Nick
sure.
Tucker. with
Backside flip,
bangers.
Bro.
fakey manual.
Dude, switch frontside flip manual, backside flip out.
My God, it's
switch inward heel,
unbelievable.
switch manual, like
Who did that?
That's
Nick.
probably the craziest one.
he's-
Switch
he's
inward
done-
heel flip. Like,
He's
Switch
done
word-
some
Dude,
fucked up
that is
shit,
not-
bro.
I think
Yeah.
tray flip even going on straight. Tray flip nose wheelies.
And late flip.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
he
of
did.
here.
Yeah, nollie heel out, nollie late flip.
Yeah.
Dude, it's nuts.
Stevie Williams. We got a whole cast. It's a star-studded cast on that thing.
Yeah,
Let me tell
no
you
doubt,
that for
no
sure.
for sure.
So going back to Nevada, I mean, you went to college. You ended up dropping out. Is that
Yeah.
right?
I actually went to college 2 weeks after
After what?
I graduated high school. I went to like summer college instantly.
Why?
I'm like very obsessive with things, and I don't like to wait. So I
Okay.
was like, I wanted to go to film school to do something with filmmaking because I just love making videos. So it was like, okay, I'm just gonna rush into it and see if I like it. If not, I'm just gonna focus on like this skate thing. So I went into it and I got government money, like financial aid, and to like afford the classes because like we didn't have too much money. We weren't like so bad, like, but
Enough
yeah,
to enough to qualify.
yeah, but I could never buy like a good camera, you know,
Right.
like I had a VX and it broke instantly, and then like I just couldn't really get one. But I used that
man.
I took a photography class to use that money to buy a DSLR, and then I ended up dropping out of college and I took that camera to LA.
Wait a minute. Tell me how this. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, like they are giving you money, so you can kind of determine what to do with this money.
No, yeah, I don't know if what I did was like illegal, but
Hopefully,
basically
the statute of limitations run out on that.
Yeah, luckily it was like the summer classes, so it was quick. But afterwards, like I just didn't commit to college. I just
Okay.
didn't go back.
So you
And
got a
then
camera out of it.
I did, and that was like
You
like
got to do what you got to do.
you got to do what you got to do, and
No
then.
doubt.
While that was happening, I was learning how to use the camera, and I was making like YouTube skate edits and just random videos. Sometimes they'd be like not so serious. Like I'll probably like you'd see like Barrick's videos, like Trickopedias. I do my own version of Trickopedias. Like
Okay.
I just loved getting people together because I lived in the middle between these like two towns, and I'd like hit up people from each side and be like, who wants to come to like this local
Let's meet
park
in the middle.
Yeah, and like film some stuff. So I would just do that, and then eventually I got really crazy about it, and like I would just do it like every day I possibly could. If I couldn't film anyone, I would ask someone to film me.
Okay.
And I just kept uploading and like posting on Instagram. I would literally go on Facebook and like add skaters and talk to them and like message people and send them my videos.
You were like,
I was like, I
scouting
want
right
to
there.
do something with this, you know, like
Huh.
where I'm from, there is like nothing ever happens.
but let me get this.
That's a go-getter right there,
Yeah,
bro.
but it's interesting though, Dubs, because like maybe it's just a time, but you would think that you would be looking for a job with a big skate company or a big shoe company, some type of brand that you could work with, and not only maybe just you saw the YouTube as just another avenue.
Where I was from, there was no like sponsored skaters.
Yeah, but you eventually came to LA though, and you were eventually in that
Mix
atmosphere.
Yeah, and there's like a whole story behind that, but it was like,
Well, let's get into it.
yeah, okay. So basically, like I did get obsessed, and then I like came.
Because we could go back to
Yeah.
Let's just, but right now.
Okay, so basically, it was like so random. I started going to LA just because like a friend was going and he invited me to go.
Okay.
And like I just started filming someone at the park, and I would just film like locals at different parks. I would just go up to them and ask,
Right.
can I film what you're doing? I would keep in contact with some, and I wouldn't keep in contact with some, you know, like, but eventually, like, I would take any opportunity I could to go back and forth. And then like you start to meet, like, easily in LA, you start to see really talented skaters like
Definitely.
all the time.
And what year is this?
This is like 2014.
Okay.
And
So
what area? Just
I would be in
idea.
the valley a lot because I was
Love
staying
it.
in like
Yeah. Oh, wait
like-
a minute. What part of the valley, though? Let's get this straight.
just
Is
to
it
make
Van
sure.
Nuys?
Yeah, we got to make sure.
Van Nuys even better.
Van
Van
Nuys.
Nuys.
Oh, okay.
That's dope.
You already You already got the stamp from Doug.
You
Yeah.
definitely got the stamp. No
because
doubt.
I was staying in North Hollywood, so then we'd go to like Sheldon or sometimes North Hollywood Park, but it was like I think Sheldon was a constant park. There was just a lot of spots around that area,
Yeah, for sure.
so
And a lot of like talented skaters, like
super
you're saying.
good
Yeah.
skaters, yeah. But then it started to drift over because then I started to build a community in
Your YouTube.
well in LA,
Oh,
yeah.
in LA.
So at this point, I was only making videos of the leftover footage that people weren't using.
So you were involved with some companies, but you were just getting checked by, clip by clip.
I never got paid.
Okay. You
Not
got
once.
maybe a set of wheels.
No,
Grip tape?
no.
Socks.
Did you make an effort to get paid?
I did one time, and like it went south, and my footage was used. Still.
Damn.
And I was like,
do you want to put that out there on who did that?
I would, but like I don't want to like.
Doesn't even matter nowadays.
Yeah, you're
obviously
good now,
who
but-
you. But to get again, that's dirty.
But that's
Yeah,
a,
but
that
it-
burns
no,
the
for
bridge
sure.
right
Like
there.
I should call him out right now, but like
No, you don't need to.
I don't
Like you
need
said.
to. No,
Yeah.
no. There's no reason for that.
For
but
sure.
But at the end of the day, I think skating always is just trying to get something for free, though.
No,
They're
I just-
trying to.
yeah, no, 100%.
You know?
And for someone like me who was obsessed with it, like I was dead broke. I had no money. I was like starving every day. Like I did this because I was so obsessed with it and I loved it
Right.
so much. It didn't really faze me until like I started to like really like struggle and like I had no, money for
Yeah.
food and like I try to get paid, and they.
Would you say that rubbed you the wrong way with how brands deal with filmers?
Yeah, it's all comes down to communication in the end.
100%.
If you don't communicate, they'll try to weasel their way out of it.
No
you
doubt.
know?
That's
Yeah.
true.
But when you're young, dude, I was from a small town. I didn't have good social skills. Everyone's kind of like, the vibe is much different from a city to like a small town in Nevada. So like when I came out here, I was already kind of shy.
Yeah.
Like my whole like growing up, I was like, there was like a point where I was very insecure, and it took a very long time to get over that. And then moving to LA and like dropping everything is what kind of like pushed me to like kind of grow and like just be more assertive and like do things like for myself and like not like mind what other people think,
Totally.
and like I think I just like loved to film, and like I didn't like want to bother anyone, so like I just kept doing it. But then the one time I did ask, like the skaters were tripping out. They're like, "Dude, you're gonna ruin this for me." Like,
Oh, they thought that because since you were asking the company to get paid, it would affect their status with their
100%.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were like younger
Okay.
kids
Yeah,
too?
we were all like 18, 19.
Like
and,
flow kids or
Some
something?
kids were like 16, 17.
Yeah.
I could see
So-
that though. I can
yeah,
see
yeah.
that. But you still gotta.
That was like,
You can't pay your bills with. Thank you.
You got to understand the dynamic, and they're getting a product from somebody that they expect it for free. Like, I mean, like that's the thing that don't get things twisted. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Don't take advantage of people that are really putting themselves out there. But you know what? The funny thing is like you get to laugh now because your hard work and consistency and really sticking to what you love. You didn't need to.
I bet
cash
you
in.
got.
Yeah.
I bet you got brands hitting you up left and right
Straight
nowadays.
up.
it's changed for sure, but that time period, I'm glad everything happened because every negative thing that has happened has affected my life. Like it's
Great way to
been
look at it.
Totally.
I'm so grateful for everything that happened because when I first arrived to LA, I was offered by a friend, and I told my mom in 3 days I'm out. She tripped out. It was crazy because I was like, I'm dropping out. I'm moving out 3 days. Can I have the car? Because the car,
Can I have the car?
the family car. They had their car, but they had like one that they let the brothers use, right?
Okay.
I was like, please, just let me take it.
How many brothers you got?
I got 2, but
So they
but
were
one
pissed.
was still in high school.
Okay.
and then one was already out.
Okay,
So he had his own car. So I was the only one who was driving that car. I was like, please, just like.
But the younger brother could have had that car.
He could have. But I was like, hey, I'm gonna go if I could, because it was already kind of my car, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's all I had. Like I had no money. I never worked a job in my life. Like
So you basically bailed to LA with this car with no money.
yeah.
And what did you tell
my
them?
parents did give me like I had $750 help, and that was all. That went. I didn't realize how. To me, I was like, no way, like let's go. I'm rich.
Yeah.
But it went like 1 month. It was gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you end up telling your parents though? Like, hey, I'm gonna go out there and
Do YouTube,
do that.
film skateboarding, and do YouTube.
Did that not sit well with him?
No.
Yeah.
My mom thought, she's like, you're losing your mind. Like, you're going to throw away your future. It's like, you know, like Street Dreams where like P-Rod is like his dad like cussing him out and shit. You're going to throw away your life for what? Skateboarding with your little friends? Like that literally, like my mom was like, my aunt was over too at the time. And she was so mad at me for like screaming at my mom because like my aunt was over and like it was a family get together. And I was like, Mom,
You're dropping this info at a family get together?
I wasn't going to miss this opportunity. There was a friend in LA, well, a friend of a friend in LA who was, his sister was about to move out. So that whole apartment space was like available for that month. So
It was time.
I just
jump
left.
on it.
Yeah.
When you say you were tell your mom you're going to go out to LA and do YouTube, were you making any money in YouTube at this point?
No, I think I had made like a few dollars, but like
Okay.
I was only getting
You're
like
like, look, Mom, I
$1,000.
made $5 already.
Yeah.
You guys don't know.
But they said no, and then like we didn't talk to each other for like the day, and then the next day they're like, okay, we talked, like here's the key and like here's $750.
You said you were 16 at this point?
No, I was
18.
19.
19. Okay. Still,
no, actually, no, 19. Yeah.
you're still at the legal age. You can leave, you know?
Yeah,
You can do whatever you
100%.
want.
But like,
You wanted their blessing
yeah.
Yes.
and the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that 18?
That's a big part.
I might have been 18 actually. I don't know. It's been a long time, but yeah, because I did a semester of summer college, and then I dropped out in the actual real semester of college. So then I had dropped out and then left to LA, took that camera with me, and just started filming
The journey has
from the
begun.
day. Yeah, literally every day from then. I got lucky too because that person who let me move in with him, he was the manager at, you know, Togo Sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. Love Togo's.
Togo's, yeah. He was the
I was
man.
more of a Quiznos guy, but yeah.
That was tight. I used to get Togo.
Hell yeah, me too.
He was like under the manager, basically.
Okay.
Actually,
Assistant manager?
Yeah, assistant manager. And he got me the job, and they fired me in a week because I was night filming every day. You're supposed to study the menu, right? While training. I couldn't remember the menu, and I was actually like out filming with the generator at night when I got fired. And then like I looked at my phone, and I was like, "Hey guys, I got fired." And I was like, "Yeah,
I have to go to work tomorrow.
That was a moment.
And I told myself, I was like, I will never work a job like that again.
Right.
Never got a job again.
But you, I mean, for a while there, since you didn't have money, you came out here, you 750 gone, got fired from Togo's in a week, out filming generators. Like you had to apply for government financial assistance.
I didn't know that was I didn't know like what is it? Like
EBT.
I had food stamps. Yeah, EBT.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I just was there, and I was the way I would film is that I would so if anyone wanted to ride with me, they would have to put in gas.
Okay.
So like I would just kind of like gather up a crew, make everyone pay $5, and then whoever didn't, like I'd be like, all right, fuck it, just come.
Right.
But
Get in the trunk.
yeah, then there was times where it got so crowded that a homie did go in the trunk.
Wow.
But yeah, I would just basically like meet people at parks, get their contact info, and like I would wake up to 10 to 15 messages from different skaters.
Since you had no money, you had to get all these skaters to pay for the gas. So you had to basically plan your schedule around
100%.
gas and
Who had
spots
money.
and whoever had money.
I never told my parents I was struggling.
No.
Never. I was like struggling, and I was like so hungry all the time, and like I knew no one, and I was just alone. The friend I went with left after the first month because once we started to move to a new place and pay rent,
Yeah.
I couldn't afford the rent because I didn't have money, but they let me sleep on the couch for like $200 a month. So
How are you getting the money?
there was like little things I did between like filming. There was like a filming contest that I did and I won, but I like finessed it. Like I had all my friends like make me win through. I basically cheated the contest. Yeah,
Well, like voting.
yeah, and I voted and like I won, and like that
much
gave
did
me
you win?
$500. Just gave me 2
Okay.
months. Gave me 2 months rent and like
$100 left over.
yeah.
for
But yeah,
food.
for food and there's. Food for less. There's these burritos called Tina's burritos. They're like
I actually love those.
they're so good.
Yeah.
39 cents.
Yeah,
and there's a
damn
deal.
cheap.
Get 3 for $1.
perfect.
That is 100 days of meals. That's how I was living. Like literally, I would eat breakfast, which was cereal, milk, and then go out and film all day. I would skip lunch, come back, and I would use the toaster oven they had, toast up the burritos and eat it. And that was my diet for a year straight.
You're making them in the toaster? You don't even microwave?
Dude, the
hell's going
that's a
on?
The toaster oven is
Toaster
so
oven,
much
dude.
better, bro. You can't be,
Okay.
you can't be
All day.
microwaving those.
Okay.
Microwave. Come
But
on.
But they're microwavable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
I'm just
actually,
making
It's a little
Tina's. I know the
crispier.
Tina's.
That
Like,
gets
come out all
crispier.
we
buttery,
were
bro.
all struggling when someone accidentally delivered that toaster oven and my roommate just took it. So
Wow. That's
I feel
a
bad
blessing.
because like everything was just kind of like we had to do what we had to do to like live. But then like eventually after like the first 3 months, there was another pro from Mexico. His name is Mario Science. He was pro for sugar, but
sugar.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how much he paid me, but he was the first and the only person to pay me. Like, but
He
it wasn't
paid
per
you.
clip. It was per
Session.
Yeah, he paid me for like a week straight, but it was very, very low now that I think about it. But like,
What was the price?
I
Per
can't
session?
remember. It was like for like 7 days straight.
Wow.
Per session, though. He'd be like, hey, here's $20 for the day. Or
It was
here's
probably
$40
like
for the
200
day.
for like a. I don't want to say it because like I don't want to be incorrect,
Okay.
but it was like another like cool. I came up
Yeah,
on
but it's
200.
nobody's doing that for you,
I was like,
though.
yes. I
But
was
at least I'm getting paid.
I was so hyped, and I was working so hard, and at this time I was filming with like so many people that everyone was pissed that I wasn't like they all wanted to film with me. I was like, nah, I'm filming with this
You're like,
guy.
this dude's paying me,
and
motherfucker.
I brought some of them, and he got
Okay.
mad because I brought.
No way.
Yeah,
Take it
yeah.
away.
Who were some
well,
of the
I was super irresponsible with that.
No, but I don't think so.
I was like
You're trying
focusing
to
on
double
other
dip.
people.
Yeah.
Who were some of the skaters you met when you first came out here?
So you know Chewy, Legria. He was like the first.
Wait a minute.
Why do I?
Wait, I know this. I know Mario.
He's like
I know
a South
Mario.
Central skater. Also Andrew Arnold, who's on Erase now.
Arnold is dope as fuck.
Victor Brooks was one of the first people I filmed with. He's been good for so
Yeah,
many years.
he's really
It
good.
was a lot of people. Some people that don't skate anymore. There was Vinny Bond. He was someone I filmed with a lot, like back in the day. John Sarna, which was another kid who doesn't skate anymore, doing Verily Hill board slide on Crenshaw every try.
Wow.
But I saw so many like very talented people just kind of like quit skating
Sure.
eventually. That's
It happens.
I saw like I was wondering why some people didn't make it, but then like you start to understand more about the skateboarding. Like when you're young, skateboarding is skateboarding. It's, like trick selection, style, like how fast you go, your stances, like what you do. You don't think about it so heavily. Maybe nowadays, because everyone's just talking shit on social media, like you'll get
Right.
called out if you're not doing shit proper. But back then, if you're from a small town, like how are you gonna get this info? Barely anyone skates where I'm from.
Right.
If you're good, you're good.
You're
If you're
right.
doing
Yeah,
like
right.
crazy shit, like that's all that matters. Then like I started realizing I was like, okay, this person has a really good style. This kid is consistent. Like
Oh, it took you a while to figure that out.
it took me forever. I was just filming with whoever. Oh, actually, you know Jeff Dechesare?
Yeah.
He was one of the only people who ever completed a part.
Okay. Oh, wow.
He's so obsessed with like filming video parts. Like he is a clip monster. He's
gets locked
consistent, super good, like extremely consistent. I've never had seen anything like it. I met him one time and I was like, you want to like film? And then he would just constantly hit me up every day. And then like in a month we finished a part.
Oh, shit.
I put it out.
Damn.
And he was on a company too, which was High School Dropout,
It was
yeah.
Ronnie's
which
company.
Ronnie did.
Yeah.
And like they took the video part and I don't think I got compensated for that one either, but
So you're
we
not
put their
putting-
logo on it and everything.
You're not putting this on your own channel. This
I
is-
did.
Oh, you did.
Right Channel tried to buy it off me for 100, and I was like,
$100?
They said I met them at. They were at Hollywood 16 filming a video with Beagle, and I was like, hey, check out this video part I just filmed. They're like, we'll give you $100 for it, and I was like, I thought about it, and then Jeff was kind of mad at me that I didn't like accept it. But later on, the video got like 110,000 views on my
perfect.
channel.
Wow.
And this is when I wasn't getting like that crazy of views, you know?
I want to know where did Jeff get Jeff Wan's song from? Do you know why they call him that?
I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure it's because he was like super tech, flipping like crazy.
Okay, I was like, where does the
Yeah,
Jeff Wan song
no,
come
Jeff
from?
Wan-
You gotta ask
Yeah,
him.
he's crazy, but
Yeah.
like literally any good skater I saw at the park, I would like get their info and then later film with them.
So you brought up that dude Andrew Arnold.
Yep.
I'm a fan of him. I
He's
think
the best.
he's super dope, bro. I've been probably paying attention to him for the last like maybe 3 years, give or take. And I was like trying to meet up with that dude to bring him and meet him up over at Chocolate,
Yeah.
at a girl, because whatever. And I showed the Sam and a couple people like
Yeah.
the video, whatever.
Yeah.
But we just never got to connect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty bummed on that
And
because he still does not have like an official board sponsor.
It's crazy.
Best style,
No,
best
he
trick
looked great.
selection. Looks so good on a board.
He really does.
It just hasn't like. I mean, gets New Balance. Like he's got everything flow, you know.
Right.
But like he's very picky. Like he was offered by a few companies,
Yeah.
and he's like, nah, I don't like that company.
Yeah.
Like that's a good company, but
I think it's good to be picky, though.
oh
No,
for
it's-
sure.
I think it's really good. I think being on a company can
it affects everything.
taint you.
Big time.
you
Like
know?
dude, if you don't choose the right company, it can affect you for the rest of your
Totally.
life. Like it,
Totally.
choose that right company, and it'll set you for life.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
That's all it takes, because like the management of the companies can sometimes just be bad.
And it's just you're just now you're associated with that.
100%.
company,
Yeah.
you know? That's either bad or good. So
No, nowadays everyone's like, dude, there's so many companies being made, and like
Right.
old companies are not like as relevant as
For
they used to
sure.
be, and
Totally.
like people like everyone's hating on different companies. You know, like it's like there's cliques now. You know, like skateboarding is like separated. Like FA and Primitive are different like communities of people. You know,
100%.
like
Big time.
but that's the thing. There's I think the most successful people is like people who kind of like teeter totter in the middle, you know, who are like kind of doing like kind of more. It's like hard to explain though. Like
No, I
who's-
get what you're saying.
Yeah, like who there's like
What do you
more
mean, like YouTube
polished
stuff?
No. I'm talking about
Okay.
like core skateboarding.
Okay.
Because it goes down to popularity, right? Like
Yeah.
what there's like people who are like, you know, like even there's like if you make it in core skateboarding, are you a contest skater or you're a street skater?
right.
Yeah.
Or are you both?
Are you both?
Yeah.
You know, are you on a cool company or are you on like kind of more of a lame company? Like where do you like sit in, are you on like a really relevant company or are you on like a more low key one that has a much better image?
Right.
You know, like that way if you like sprinkle in some sponsors like that are different, I think it could really help like build a good brand image, you know?
There's so many different variables these days that it's definitely becoming very convoluted in so many different ways, but so many different sectors of
100%.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's
it's either
crazy.
you find a group of skateboarders that you enjoy
Mm-hmm.
and you like kind of want to be attached to,
Yeah.
brand wise
Yeah,
or
yeah, 100%,
style wise or
yeah.
whatever the case.
Yeah.
But it's definitely getting to that point where you're like, there's a lot of things going on in skateboarding.
100%.
Dude.
Sure.
It's politics, bro. Like
loved-
everyone.
I love the weekend, the skit they did with
So
like
sick.
at the high school with everyone, all different
Yeah.
cliques.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, that's definitely what skateboarding is like.
Literally.
But it's always been
It's
like
always-
that.
It always
It's
has.
been like
but
that.
that's what high
Now
school
it's
is like
just
for
more,
me,
for sure.
personally. That was like, oh, there's the football players, there's
But-
the baseball
Well, we get to
players,
see it
the
more in
skaters.
real time now because of
Yeah,
social
exactly.
media.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
clicks all throughout the test of time for
All day.
skating.
Yeah.
Now we're just being able
It's
to
just
see
way
it.
more relevant now that you see it real time amongst everybody in that
Right.
sense.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like everyone just talks shit behind like closed doors, you know? Like when you're with your crew, everyone. I've just noticed it. Like
Totally.
there's like even when I first came out here, like I told you, I filmed with I didn't care who you were, what clique you were in. Like I was like filming in the Valley, and then I'd be like in like Hawthorne, South Central, like I'd be Long Beach,
Right.
different, and I try to bring everyone together. Then some people told me not to bring other people, and like, oh, that guy's goofy, this guy's that, and I was like, huh. I fucked up because like I was waking up to like too many people like trying to film with me and like
Right.
Trying to get everybody. Yeah, no, it's totally. I mean, yeah.
All these different personalities.
because
trying to
I
mesh
I
together.
just couldn't like mix and mash them, like
Right.
it just didn't work. And I like I said, small town kid, no crew.
Yeah.
I did have a crew, but like it was a small crew, you know, like. But when I came out here, there was so many skaters, so I was
Yeah.
like, skaters are like skateboarders, right? Like,
Totally.
but it's funny because now it's all out in the open, and like I said, some people keep it like talk shit, like
Right.
no one's gonna put it out. You shouldn't, like to a certain extent. Like everyone, like some people know, but for example, like Gifted Hater,
Yeah, yeah.
he just calls it as it is, and I think that's why like he's gotten as popular
For
as
sure.
he is. Like
For
it's,
sure. I
it's
agree with
I
that.
love like
100%.
I like get real dumb. Like yep, like that's what everyone is thinking, and
Well,
like that's real shit. Like
yeah.
I love to see that.
Yeah, totally.
Because
I
it's
mean,
like there's
at
so
the end of
much
the day,
filtering, you know.
We all bite our tongues. I mean, look even on the live show that we do. I mean, we definitely don't come full like we are definitely monitoring ourselves to a degree because the simple fact that why put ourselves out there like that? You know,
Oh,
A,
100%,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But B, it's just like, is that going to be helpful?
Yeah, and especially
what I mean?
like your guys' show and stuff. Like it's like all of skateboarding. You like it shouldn't. I think it's better for you guys to focus on like more positive
And
stuff.
don't get me
Well-
wrong, I think we should be real on certain occasions.
But it
But I
gets,
think-
that's where it gets messy. It's
No.
like it's like
But I think we
gossip
are.
shit,
I
you
think I think at the end of the day, because I said before, there's a lot of shitty skating going on,
No, that's-
and we just tend to put that to the side because we just don't think it's worth our time to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we want to talk about the dope videos, the dope skaters that are out, and what's going on in skateboarding. You know what I mean? We get to next episode, live episode, we could pick 20 videos that sucked, but what's the point?
yeah.
And we don't want those videos that suck to not make videos anymore. Like keep making videos.
Yeah, it's also like criticism sometimes can be good because like
Totally.
I think one of like the biggest things about the way I work is like I'm super hypercritical. Like I said, when I deleted those old videos, that's because I was like, these fucking suck. Like this is not good. You know, like
Representation for you.
exactly. And it's like you can't like build an ego to you always have to find your flaws. And like that's why recently I haven't monetized. I was like, okay, well sometimes I'm like, okay, I can make a little bit of money if I put this song, but like what did I sacrifice? And then also I have a company now and there's people who are connected and associated. So every action I do it's representation of a lot of people,
trickles down.
you know? So like I have to get better. I have to like do things correctly. Like, you know how hard it was to transition, like my voice, but you know how hard it was to transition from like being considered like a YouTube skater to like being in the core skateboarding industry. Like I just did the collaboration with Lakai, just did the Mob collaboration. I went to the Thrasher like warehouse recently. They had like a board, like they have this new it's like a flyer thing. And like they have like people who are either pro or influential to skateboarding. And when I signed that shit meant the world to me.
Yeah,
That's
because
awesome,
like,
dude.
That's super
you know,
dope.
like how long I've been fighting
Right.
to like kind of prove myself. So it's just, yeah, it's like a tough thing. You know, you go into this world of skateboarding and it is like this like very judgmental thing. But I think even with the whole YouTube thing, realistically, when I just started doing it and I got good at it, I was like, okay, this is just a platform now. It's who's on the platform and what you do with that platform.
Totally.
Hire like the best filmer, choose the best music. If you have money as a company, pay that skater
Yeah.
to get the right clips. And that's it. Like you can control your world. You can control what people see. And if you're doing it better than these companies who are too cheap to pay for good clips, then you'll take them out.
No doubt.
It's
Well said.
No, I'm clapping because it's so true. I mean,
And it's not even necessarily about taking them out. It's just showing and proving that you've got something that's working.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I sound like bitter,
No,
but like
no,
I remember
no,
Raj
no,
did like
not at all,
Raj was
not at
talking
all.
about like the whole filmers like not like getting
Raj
paid.
back there dancing.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
I was like, bro, I feel you. Like, dude, I was literally starving, not eating. And dude, when I started doing this YouTube shit, everyone turned on me.
Yeah.
People were talking shit. They're like, oh, because I was everyone's filmer, right? I was filmer of like 15 plus people. This guy just goes off. And this is when I got evicted.
Oh.
I got evicted. I had nowhere to go. I had no money. No one gave a shit. Like, I was just on my own.
It's kicking you when you're down.
And then this guy named Lamont. So Lamont Holt, who was like kind of more on this core skate scene originally, and he filmed with like NKA back in the day. Then he started doing YouTube stuff. And then this is around the time where he's like, okay, I'm going to just do this. So yeah, basically I was getting evicted. And like at this point, like I had no money, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I had nothing, right? And I'm about to go to my car. And the day before I called him, I was like, actually, let me go back.
You already knew him.
Yeah, so it's funny because I actually DM'd him because I was DMing everyone when I went to LA. I was like trying to like network with every person I could. So I got to LA, I DM'd him, he ignored me. Like he was looking for a filmer and like I like DM'd him and like I tried. But like a year later, this is when I'm posting edits. I'm posting street edits of all those skaters who are filming for their video parts. All their throwaway stuff is still good clips, right?
And going on your channel.
Going on my channel. The first one, it was like 2015 street skateboarding edit. The first day of 2015, it got like 300,000 views. And like my hard work paid off.
That was that your first video that did really well?
Yeah, at that degree.
Street skating?
Yeah, at that degree. I was getting like, I think I got like 20 or 30,000, but like 300,000, I was tripping.
Why do you think that one went off? And what year was this?
2015?
2015, you said? 2016?
The skating was just so good. Like it's still up there. You can find it. Like it still holds up today. And it's like it's a lot of the people I was filming with back in the day.
This was 8 years ago, mind you.
And I did. Oh, it's still there. Okay, cool.
This is 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
We're not making any money here. Okay, go. Listen, yeah. But keep going.
Okay.
So you're meeting Lamont. You were about to go back to,
okay, so
I assume, Nevada.
I was not. Like my parents didn't know I was like struggling and like starving every day.
You kept that from them.
I just had like too much like confidence in myself. I was like, I'm creating something.
Yeah.
So I made 5 of these. I think one got taken down, but I made multiple.
Okay.
And those started getting like 200, 100,000. And like I started filming with some pros. I remember by the second one, I was filming with Moose and he was like the coolest guy.
Yeah.
This is around the time he was like not on Death Wish.
Okay.
So I don't think he really had like a filmer at that point. So I like somehow came in contact. I think it was through Filament because this is Rafael Perez.
Filament.
Amazing. One of the best skaters at that time period. I don't think he really skates like that anymore. But he got on Filament and then I met Moose like that. And then I was like, let me go to Oxnard. I'll film you. I'll film your part. I don't care how far I don't care how far away it is. I'm going to go. I went and I filmed and he filmed so many clips. That was like my first time seeing like one of those pros, because there's like just some people who have it like that. And he was because his Death Wish part was my favorite part to watch in that Death Wish video. And to film with him, like I didn't care if I had to drive 2 hours in traffic to get to you, like I'm gonna film. And like I would do that and like I put it into my edit. And then like at that point, after I dropped the 5th one, that's when like Lamont contacted me because he's like, damn, this kid's like he's blowing up.
He could help me with my channel.
But then, yeah, exactly. And his channel, he was getting like 5,000 views or something on a video. But this is, you're starting, right? And I got evicted. And he actually offered before I got evicted, like a week before. No, like 3 days before. I went on a trip with him to film for one of Chris Chan's videos. And keep in mind, like I worked my way up to like finally be someone that people want to reach out to, right? So I went on that trip and he's like, dude, you're good. Like, what do you think to like move in with me? I won't even charge you. Like, just come, stay and make videos for me. He's like, I can't really pay you yet until this shit pops off. But like, and I was like, and then like, I talked to my homies who I was filming with and they're like, nah, don't do that shit. Like, that's corny. And I was like, I want to do it, but let me just wait on it. And as soon as I got back, like 2 days after, I got evicted because my roommate, I don't know what happened. Like, I never really spoke to him about it. Like, rent wasn't paid. I put up my 200, but they were paying way more than I was. You know, this is West Hollywood.
What happened to the rent, man?
Yeah, and then like he's like, we got to get out like instantly, and then like that's when I called Lamont, and I was like, I was about to sleep in my car, and I just like went to his house, and like I slept on his couch, and I started making his videos.
But a lot of people like turned on you for doing that.
Oh yeah, no, they're like, he's corny, like don't do that shit. And then like, what do you know? Before you knew it, 3 months later, he had it was 3 or 4 months later, he had 100,000 subscribers
from like 20K.
Damn.
Just from like from my
20K to 100K.
Yeah, I like from the videos I produced in that time period. 100K.
How many did you produce in that time period?
I don't know. It's probably still there somewhere, but I made a lot, and I'm gonna kind of have to put Lamont on blast, but like I was doing so much work. I was obsessed. Keep in mind, like I'm doing everything this last year, everything for free. I'm starving every day. I'm going to sessions where everyone is eating but me.
Right.
It was not like but the thing is, like when you're out and you're living this life, it is so much fun. Like I didn't care. Like it was just my life. Like it was so exciting every day meeting people, but to have that all just switch on you real quick.
Right.
That like was huge for me.
But how did you even feel though? Like when, you're out here struggling, you're trying to make it, you're putting out good content where people are starting to hit you up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you go to Lamont's channel and now everybody's kind of bashing you. Like how that must not have felt good.
It was like It was like really depressing,
I
honestly.
can imagine.
It was like a really hard time because I was already kind of like an insecure person. Like growing up, I wasn't like so insecure. It wasn't until like I had really bad acne as a kid. Like you just start kind of like being, when you're a kid, anything that you're insecure about, your hair, your whatever, it's like the biggest thing in the world.
Huge.
Get a bad haircut from your mom, you're freaking out. So when I was like in high school, I got like really bad acne where it was like super like just spread everywhere, and like that I missed my graduation because like I didn't want to take photos. So when I came out here, I finally overcame that, and like I made friends and I built this community. And I actually lost my best friend because I missed the graduation. He was pissed, but
why would he get mad that you?
because he didn't know. Like he just thought I was a dick. Like,
That
and
you
I
just
didn't.
didn't want to.
I didn't want to tell anyone. Like I was just insecure about my acne. That was it. Yeah, and like, but basically, like, that's what like after that I was like alone, just trying to like make YouTube videos. I would still film with people time to time, but imagine like overcoming that, building this community, and then just having everyone switch on you, and you're like, damn, I was just being used as a filmer. No one cared if I got paid. When I tried to up my career, no one gave a shit. And like I get it, we were all younger, but then like I realized the real world hit me, you know, like I had no money for anything, and like that hard work paid off. 20K to 100K, but I was making no money.
Right.
Lamont was making money, and he would pay me maybe like I would get like 200, but he was charging me 200 at that point to live there. So like I was living off EBT, and that's after a year my friend finally forced me to get EBT because I didn't know what it was. And when I got it, I was living off that, and then like I worked for Lamont and he gave me like 200, and it was like 200 to live there.
Oh, so yeah.
But this is also the crazy part too. He had just gotten like this, Lamont was great, super, like he was so kind, such a good dude. He was a hustler, dude. Like he knew what he was doing. He had just gotten like a crazy Jeep commercial that got him a house.
Wow.
And then that is when like I was able to sleep on the couch because he had multiple people. Jeff was one of the people living in that house. I had many people come in and out, but he was kind of like a partier, you know, like there would be nights where like I would be editing till like 3 a.m. in his room because like I'd have to move my computer and the party would be going on in the house. And like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party. I just was obsessed with like making videos and skating and like hanging out with homies.
Sure.
And like there'd be multiple nights where I would have to wait until the party was over to move back to the living room to sleep.
Damn.
And it was like a wild situation living off EBT. And like we were at 100K and this shit was happening, and I'm like barely getting by, but EBT saved my life because like I was 200, I got 200 a month.
Right.
And that was enough. That's enough to live if you budget like
Get your
properly.
Tina's burritos.
Exactly.
This sounds like the exact like skate life, dude.
Oh, it is.
This is-
100%.
This is exactly what
This
it
shit
is.
was like it was cool, man. Like it got shitty when like you get hungry and like, but like the overall experience is so there is nothing like it.
But I love that. But it is a whole skate life. But also there is that turmoil that comes along with it. You know, it's the turmoil of like building this thing and friendships, and then they turn your back on you. Then you're out here, but you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to. But then now you're on Lamont's couch, and there's, you know, even struggle going on there. What actually broke? What happened there at the end of
That broke that?
Yeah, that Lamont's stuff.
Well,
Was your channel were you working on your channel as well?
actually, when he got, I was very,
Okay.
no, actually I was still doing street edits.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so those were still going up, but very rarely. So I kind of put a pause. But I told Lamont that I was like, hey, I got to start like being in these videos. Like I want to build my name. That way I can get something out of this.
Oh, interesting.
So he did this 100,000 subscriber special.
Okay.
And like it was a skit where he was thanking a bunch of people, and he'd never put me in that actual skit. And I remember, and I don't want anyone like to hate on Lamont because Lamont is the reason I'm successful today. I'm very grateful he welcomed me into his home. He was such a good dude. Like I hate, like, I'm never going to talk shit on people who like, maybe like if they're doing corny shit now, yeah, but but like at that time, like, I will never forget.
You're
like,
just telling it how it is.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
How this happened.
I will never like forget that. But he like didn't put me in that video, and that's when I was like, okay, you gotta like start putting me in. Like I started demanding shit because I knew that I had the leverage at I made that channel popular.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like I told him, I was like, shout out my channel. Like I want it shouted out. I want to like help my channel get bigger. And then eventually I started doing both channels at the same time.
Okay.
And he started a company called Candy, this company had so much potential. There was this really rich guy who was about to invest into it, and things went south, and he was going to give me a little percentage, but then I took the leap and just left and did my own channel. And in 4 or 5 months, I got mine from like, I think it was very similar, like 16,000 to 100,000. I did it again.
You did it again.
Twice.
Were you doing the same style of videos or completely different?
I went to vlog style. Vlog style with skateboarding. But I was the personality and I was the main skater at that point with my friends.
Right.
Now it's more me filming skaters, because originally I just like filming. I didn't want to be the star. I just wanted to like create the platform. I had the whole idea in mind. Like, how, because I did it, right? I was like, why not use myself, build that platform, gain an audience, let them see my experience. Those people, everyone who watches me, like, knows my struggles, like how they knew when I was at Lamont. There's videos of me sleeping on the couch and him pranking me and shit.
Okay.
So then, after 1 month of doing YouTube, I got my first 1,000 and
$1,000.
$1,000.
Okay.
Because I had already figured it out, and like
that must have been huge.
Oh, man,
it
fucking day right there, bro.
It was like the most like conflicting time for me because, like I said, the whole insecurity thing, making friends, to having everyone turn on you. And even in my small town, it was hard to get people to meet up because like no one was motivated. When I became successful on YouTube, and this isn't even like million right now, this is 100K, everyone switched up.
Right.
Everyone,
now everybody wants to be your friend.
Everyone was really kind, and it fucked me up so bad in the head.
This is when you got to be like, you got to put the little Spidey glasses on real quick. And you got to be like, nope. Yeah, there's some potential there. You know what I mean? Real
but you don't like, dude, imagine like, then people are like, oh, why are you acting different now? Like, why are you ignoring me? I'm like, bro, we never even like hung out.
Yeah, you got to call them out on that
Literally,
shit.
like recently, there's even, this shit goes on till today. Where my small town, someone like commented like, oh, Luis is like, I'm not even a pro skater, but they're like, there's probably a kid who commented this. They're like, he's a pro skater from my town. He fucked a lot of people over. I'm like, bro, I didn't know anyone in that like, I hung out with people in high school and then did my own thing just because I started ignoring people who I did not hang out with when I was already like, like blown up. Like, it's so weird. Like, why do people, and then like, I started like, I would go to parks and like, I couldn't like, it was hard for me to make connections because that's when things get weird. Like, you start making friends for the wrong reasons. Like, people like help you, like people will use you to like get where they want to be, and I mean,
you guys are kind of both in the same situations where, look, there's a filmer and there's a skateboarder. You guys both need something from each other.
Yeah, of course.
So it goes both ways. But
100%.
When shit starts to really shine and you're just like, wow, they really are, you see it real time, where they're changing up over certain things, and you're just like, it is blatant.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah,
like you don't know how to, like, dude, I'm some dude sleeping on the couch, and like, there's like people like who are like coming outside of our house who know where we live, like asking for like photos, and like we got like eggs thrown at our house. One knocked on our door and like was like, oh, is Lamont home? And then like I come back, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, you know, and then like just I had to, it was just so like, I don't know, like I didn't know how to like handle the situation. I got into a relationship at that point, and I think the biggest thing that like made me switch over from Lamont's channel to my channel was that like relationship, because like I was like, fuck, I'm broke, I can't do shit, I can't take this girl out to eat, I can't do a single
so many Tina's burritos that she's gonna want to eat.
She ain't gonna be having that.
After that like ended, I was like, I'm gonna, dude. And the crazy thing was, because of like that whole situation, I dropped like a little like video part thing. Like it wasn't like anything serious, but I dropped a street edit at 100,000 subs called Finesse. And like I forced myself to skate again seriously. And like I was like skating, like actually like trying to skate. And yeah, it was like my 100,000 special. And like I wasn't even trying to be a skater like that. Right. But you know, like when you have that platform, and I don't think I'm anywhere near being like a professional skateboarder, amateur skateboarder. Oh, you found it.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Look at that. Hard flip.
Who films you?
Yeah.
Actually, that girl filmed this.
Your
the girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
she's a good filmer.
Wow.
She started her own YouTube channel.
This was
after little pointers and shit.
This was after actually like we had broken up, and I I like did this and like I uploaded. This is like a long time. I clipped on that shit. But it's not the best. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna like start skating. I'm gonna put myself out there, and like people gravitated towards it. It worked, you know. And then I slowly started drifting away from skating seriously, and just focusing on people who I believed needed that platform.
Nice.
And I think we can relate to what you were just talking about, because like, you know, as soon as you become a pro skater, and even like skating for Girl in Chocolate, like back then, you know, you instantly get put up on this platform, you know,
course.
like, oh my God, here's the newest dude on Chocolate.
Yeah.
Here's a guy on Girl. And you start to see, you know, why is this person nice to me? Why are they my friend?
Yeah.
Why is this, I don't know if it happened to
All
you, Dubs,
day.
but
All day.
I went through a lot of kind of turmoil of like, I don't know why these people are nice to me.
100%,
Like, should
yeah,
I
totally.
be nice? Are they my friend, or why are they just my friend because they want to get close to what I'm around?
100%.
I had to let some friends go because it was obvious.
Seriously.
Dude,
Real shit.
It-
And in high school, I was like, I'm cool.
dude.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
It's a very like just a weird thing, you know. And it like still to this day I like, and it sucks because like it carried on like that, like me not trusting anyone. And like there was just times where like I wouldn't introduce myself to people. Like it built like this really weird like thing in my head, which
Right.
it took a long time to kind of get over. Now I'm just very cautious who I become friends with. Like I have to be direct with people sometimes, and sometimes I just have to ignore it because I'd rather just not have that drama.
Sure.
And it's not that I don't want to make friends with certain people. It's just like, dude, I'm so scared to like, I'm so busy, first of all, because I run that company now.
Yeah.
And like, I am fucking overwhelmed, dude.
No
Like,
doubt.
it is so hard to like BTM, filmer, editor. Like,
Jeez.
at one point, I was like hiring people to do it. And then, dude, our overhead got so crazy and like they weren't even doing like a good
Right.
job. And then like I went back to doing everything myself and it was so much fun. Dude, I love this shit. Like the
Right.
reason it worked, I think,
You were in it.
I'm
The
you
passion.
love it.
no,
Yeah.
because I love it.
Yeah,
like
the
I
passion,
love this
bro.
shit. Like I'm not gonna build a team and not go on skate with the homies. Like I'm out there every day.
Sure.
Like I'm like like I have the same motivation I did when I was like 16, 17.
Believe
You know,
this,
like,
bro.
nothing has changed.
There's a part of your journey also that like the first time you went to Japan.
Yeah.
First time you went to Japan, you traveled out there, and that kind of changed everything for you.
Yeah.
Why?
Like I told you, after the 100,000 thing happened, this is where I kind of started to like do my own thing independently.
Sure.
But I stayed at Lamont. So I stayed there. I just kept paying the rent.
Okay.
And I invest $200 to be on the
Listen.
on the
That's a good
futon.
deal, dude.
It's so good. I appreciate Lamont. This is the camera right here? I appreciate. Oh, this one.
Yeah. That one.
Yes.
You changed my life, and I am forever grateful for that.
Hell yeah.
But he let me stay.
Yeah.
Even after that, he's like I said, great dude.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I invited a friend to come, and his name was Marcos, and then another friend who was Turkey, and we were all in this little space in his he had a 2-story house, and then one of them had like this little open space on the second floor, and we squished. I had this little slim futon. My friend had an inflatable bed, and we all just lined up in 200, and he was $600 from us each month.
Okay.
And those guys were in my videos constantly, and we were just skating and having fun. And I wasn't like trying to do anything too special or crazy, but Marcos eventually, like, he came with a lot of money, so he didn't need to work, right? And it got to the point where he's like, okay, we got to figure out something. Like, how can I how can we make income, you know, like through this thing? Because like obviously the YouTube income is like, even for me at that time, it wasn't like a crazy amount, you know, and I didn't pay Marcos for that. He just came, and he wasn't like trying to work for my channel. He just wanted to skate in LA. Same thing with Turkey. They wanted to film like street parts.
Okay.
I was like, stay with me and like we'll film content, you know? And then it got to the point where we're like, okay, let's figure out how we can do this. And we had like a discussion, and that's when like I was like, oh yeah, I've been thinking about like making like merchandise and stuff. And then like the talk of a brand ended up like happening, and like I was just like, okay, what should be the name? And we talked, and like I just came up with like Erased, because like my past kind of just wanted a clean slate.
Oh,
Erased,
okay.
like
Makes
erase
sense.
the past and like just move on and just be better, do better. And we created like that.
Mm.
And like I made a video about it, and I was just like showing the like Instagram. I held it up, and like instantly 4,000 followers, and like we sold like jackets. I made like $2,000 instantly.
Oh,
what
wow.
was it, $2,000 or $1,000? I think it was like 1,000 for the first run. Like instant for me back then. I was like, yeah,
that's a big
sick.
deal.
Like
Hell yeah.
we bought tickets to Japan with that money
Why Japan?
because that house that we were staying at, it was like kind of like a skate house. You know, people were coming in and out. He had this one friend come in. His name is Brett Conti. He used to own Fortune Skateboards when it was still a skateboarding company.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me about his like travels to Asia. And
Okay.
like I was like super interested in Japan. I love watching anime, so I was like, oh cool, how's Japan? And then basically he kind of like gassed it up really heavy, and we're like, let's go. And he's like, yeah, let's go. He didn't end up going, and I bought the ticket. And like me and my friend Marcos were like, this guy just fucked us over. But
And so the two of you went?
we went by ourselves without knowing a single thing about Japan.
Wow.
He was supposed to be our tour guide.
Oh
I didn't even want to look anything up. I just wanted to show up and like have everything with new eyes. And I showed up and I was like, I don't know what to do. No one speaks English. Like we stayed in the airport for like 5 hours. Like we got there kind of during the day, and then like I took the train not the train. I finally figured out like how to take the bus after walking around, and we got to our place, and we had to have
So you
like,
had a place.
an Airbnb, and we had to message the Airbnb lady and tell her like we need help getting like there, and she
wow.
picked us up like near where we got dropped off.
Oh wow.
And it was like this whole thing, but it was the coolest experience of my life
How
because
long were you out there?
1 month without knowing a single. The first few days I walked for, I don't know if you know like where like Shinjuku is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so there's like Nakano, Shinjuku, and Shibuya. To get to Shibuya will take maybe like an hour, like walking. We would walk because I didn't know how to take the train. I'm a small town kid, so like I didn't really know much about like public transportation.
And you came and read what's going on.
No, I took down a lot of the like a few of the videos, but some of them are still up.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just documented the whole experience. And then like before I knew it, like I was just seeing like the craziest skateboarding I've ever seen in my life. I was like, this is wild. And keep in mind, I have like at this point I have like maybe like 140,000 subscribers.
Okay.
So I was averaging like 40 to 60,000 views.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
So it was enough to like for me to like live off of, but like not enough to like be balling out, you know. I wasn't uploading so much.
For sure.
But yeah, I just started making videos about it, and it was like so interesting. And it wasn't really about like the skateboard, like the skate edits. It was like my experience and the skateboarding I'll do along the way.
Right.
And it was like so fun
Mm.
because when I lived in LA and I finally made this a career, I had started like with the whole like everyone being weird and everything. Like I started just kind of obsessing more over the YouTube thing. Like I just didn't kind of want to be around people because like, again, like I didn't want fake relationships.
Right.
So like everything I did was like making content. I was uploading so much, but I had no personal life. I didn't know what I was doing anymore. I was like a robot, just making content every day, going out and like meeting up with like, there was like some people who I was already cool with, but then I'd like collab with other YouTubers, and the other YouTubers weren't like doing like,
What do you mean? Wait. You're telling me you couldn't figure out this, Metro? You couldn't figure that out?
oh my God. You're
Sorry
right.
to interrupt.
No,
but
no.
this is just- I mean,
That's
this is
literally-
child's play.
That's what I saw when I got that map was in front of our station. I was like, I turned around.
Anybody listening, we are looking at this insane subway Tokyo route map. It's
Oh my goodness.
It's
bro.
like I don't know. I don't even
A lot
understand
going
what I'm
on
looking
in
at.
that thing.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's
so,
overwhelming, especially when you get off at the airport and you're like, because the airport is connected to the train station.
You don't
and
know
you're
which
like,
one to take.
what are
There's
you?
so
Yeah.
many. Oh my, 4 or 5 hours
Yeah.
just walking around until I got it.
Even just buying
luckily your Airbnb, like she picked you up.
I got lucky.
That's
I don't
amazing.
because they usually don't even greet you anymore.
Yeah,
You just walk
you
in.
walk in.
I got lucky. I got really lucky.
So you called her,
yeah.
and she spoke English.
She was she wasn't Japanese.
Okay.
She probably just purchased something because
Right.
it is cheaper there.
Yeah.
So it's smart to do that.
So what was so life changing about this trip that you had to rethink everything that you were doing?
It's like I told you, like I became super closed off and became like a conveyor belt for producing YouTube videos. And they started to get like, you start to lose yourself, you know, like you'll do corny ass videos to try to get views. Then I started surrounding myself with people who were doing even more corny stuff. And I was like, at one point I was like, I have to just like do what I feel is right and do the best quality, but I can never break that. And then when I went to Japan, I felt like the videos I was producing were like so interesting and new. And like, I was like, I'm not going to post every day. I'm going to take my time and just enjoy my time here. And I finally like escaped like this like cycle of like constantly producing content. And it kind of like freed me, you know, like I ended up like having like the best experience of my life. Like just everything. Like I did more personal stuff. Like I said, I hadn't done anything like personal at all. Cause even just to live off YouTube, you have to work your ass off to be able to make any money. So I was just like working, barely getting by. Then it got to like, okay, I'm making decent amount of money, but it was never like I can chill one day. Like I have to keep going, right?
Sure.
Then I got there and I was like, you know what? Like it's not worth it if I can't like enjoy what I accomplished my dream to do what I love to do, and I wasn't enjoying it.
Right.
Interesting. So do you think you fully reinvented your edits and everything while you were there in Japan?
It was funny because like I was still making the same videos, but like I kind of slowed down. And then when I got back to LA, I arrive at Lamont's house. They all pick me up from the airport. They take me there and I'm in front of their garage and I have like this whole crew who's waiting to meet me. And like, I'm kind of quiet and they're like, yo, what's up? And I was like, I think I'm going to move back to Nevada.
Oh, wow.
And I left that day. I took a 12-hour flight back and I drove 8 hours back to Nevada, and it snowed in that day. So I got stuck in Lake Tahoe.
Where was this? Where did he live? Southern California?
I lived in Inglewood for like 2 years.
What do you mean it takes you? It's 12.
It's
like
like
12 hours to fly home from Japan.
So-
and then
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Okay.
okay. So
Yeah.
12 hours,
Yeah.
Japan, LA.
Lamont, I'm out.
I'm out.
Drive back to
Nevada, which is 8 hours, but I got
Jeez.
stuck in the snow for like 4 hours because you had to pass Lake Tahoe. And then like it took me like 26 hours or something like that. I don't know if the math's right, but like
moving
26
back with your parents.
just to figure out what I was gonna do. And then I ended up moving to Santa Cruz for a month, and then I went to New York just to try it. And like I was just like, I had like a void. It was so weird. Like because keep in mind, this is around the time I started Erase. Like I wanted to change in general, and then like eventually, I ended up just going back to Japan. Like I just bought a ticket and I stayed for 2 months, extended it for 3 months. Then I left and I just wanted to like kind of live there.
Did your channel really start blowing up when you were posting those videos from Japan?
Not instantly.
Okay.
It was after like the second year of being there. So it wasn't like I went there and it just blew up.
Sure.
This is like 2018. Like, no, 2017, I think, is the first year I went.
Okay.
2018 is when I started going consistently. And
so you stayed for 3 months one time, but then you would always go back.
there was like a point where like I was just trying to live there, and like I'd do 3 months there, I did one time I went to Bangkok for 1 day and then went back and did
To
6 months.
restamp your
My
passport.
visa, the visa, you get 3 months totally.
Okay.
But like everyone, and keep in mind, like I was living in a house where everyone was like producing content. There was like, Lamont was making YouTube videos, like other YouTubers would come. And like when I left, everyone was like, I remember there was a comment on one of my homies, like Sean, he's another like person who does YouTube. His name is Sean Rodriguez, super good dude too. But like he posted it and he filmed my rant about it. I don't know, it's not on his channel anymore, but I was like I'm not like meant to like live here. Like I don't want to do this anymore. Like why am I making these videos? Like, and then someone's
Like
like,
a breakdown.
yeah, someone commented, damn, Luis is having a midlife crisis. And everyone was like saying, what happened to Luis? Like he had like a, how do you say it? Like epiphany or something. Yeah. And then like I just dipped. And then like before I knew it, like I just started doing my own thing. And like I tried to like, I told everyone, I was like, I just kind of want to do my own thing. Like I just want to like truly find myself and like do stuff for myself. And I stopped collaborating with like other people and just focused on my channel. And I ended up eventually being in Japan so long that I ended up getting in a relationship, which made me want to stay there longer. And after a year and a half, I got married, went to Japan. And then when COVID happened, that's when I got like locked in Japan.
Oh,
Because like I had applied for a spouse visa, but I didn't want to leave to LA because I didn't want to come back and not be able to enter. So I just locked in like doing content there, and like I hired someone there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to like
Okay.
do it, and then like at that point I had like
So
five.
if you're hiring people,
This is at
you're-
500,000.
Oh, 500,000. So your videos are already amassing more than 100,000 views.
Yes, this is 2018 to 2020.
Okay.
That it took me to get to like 100 to 500,000.
Damn.
Per video. Oh, we're talking about
Subscribers.
But you're already amassing more than 100,000 for per video.
It would range from like 80 to like 120,000. Then like around like COVID, that's
Yeah.
when like I started breaking like the bubble. Because skateboarding has a bubble, you
so
know?
100% we're in a
Big time.
bubble.
Yeah.
Is it-
And it's got a ceiling.
I got a random question. This is kind of I guess obvious, but is there a video that you were like, oh, this is gonna hit, and it just did not do what you thought it would?
Yeah, there was. I actually did a video. One of the first videos I did when I started my channel, it was called Skate for Real, because EA Skate was still is a super in demand game, you know?
Sure.
So I was like pretending to be in the game and like editing. But then like I made a modern day version, and I spent so much money to make it, and it was so well done, and it kind of like flopped. But I think that was just like, I took it down immediately.
Really?
Yeah, and I spent a lot of money.
Wait, what's
Like a lot
immediately?
of
What's
money.
immediately though? Like a
Like,
day?
maybe like a week. And even at that time, I think I just didn't. This is around the time COVID stopped, so like the views had slowed down because everyone was going out again, right? So I assumed that it was because of the video, but it did really. It got 230,000 views in like a week or something, or it was it a week?
I love that. That's a bad.
What the?
But at that
took it
time, now I don't even get that much anymore. It takes time to get that. But during COVID, everyone was available to watch it immediately, right?
Yeah.
So like at that time, I was like really, because dude, the analytics, they fuck with your head, man.
Right.
You'll
Oh,
see
what number did you say?
230K.
230K. You're like, I gotta take this video down.
I shouldn't have done it, but honestly, I still think it could have. Dude, there's
Did
just
you
so
delete
many.
it or just unlist it?
It's unlisted.
Okay, so
yeah,
you
it's still there.
I mean, because EA Skate is coming back with their own shit. This could be a good time to have that out in the ecosystem.
Yeah, there's just so many things I keep learning. It's like,
Wait, if you want to repost it again, does it fall back in line to when you posted it originally, or does it goes right back to the top?
Right back in.
Oh.
yeah,
Post that thing back up, dude.
it had such good engagement, like 30. I think it was like 30,000 likes.
So I still don't understand why that you're deleting this.
Because I was just, dude, like those. I told you, those analytics fuck with your head, man.
Damn,
you get
200,000.
scared.
You're like, that's just
Yeah.
garbage. Out of here.
I understand that.
I don't. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I mean, I think I might have told this before, but after I did the fakey tray fakey manual,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You feel like you reach this like thing, and you have to keep going harder and harder.
Yeah.
And then like, was that what that felt like? You would make these videos that are get like 500,000 views, and you're like, I got to keep at that pace.
For me, it was. See, this is like the weird thing when you kind of start to like get like those views and stuff. You kind of obsess with keeping that similar view ratio.
Yeah.
But the thing is, nothing stays the same forever. Things are always going up and down. So I had my, like, the highest peak I've ever had during COVID. Obviously, it was just insane. There was just so much.
Everything went up.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
went up. And that was around the time, like, it was slowing down. I just didn't know how to react to it. I was kind of like, because keep in mind, like, I went from, like, having an overhead of, like, $400,000, like, to run a company. Right? And from like where I was just doing it out of my garage, like in a matter of a year, like it changed that much.
yeah.
Where I was like paying, I had employees, I had everything, and like money was coming in and out.
400,000 a month.
Oh no, like for the year. This is
Yeah.
no,
That would be
that would be insane.
that'd be a little nuts right now.
Keep in mind, yeah. It might even be more, but like I had someone who was doing the finance.
Sure.
I had someone who was doing everything. There was even a point where like I wasn't even filming my videos. I was just a personality. Like Luke was doing it all.
I mean, listen, to be honest with you guys, like you guys are laughing, but there are skate companies that have that kind of overhead
Yeah.
in skateboarding.
Oh yeah.
But that's the
400,000 a month.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
There is.
there is. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. All those companies that are doing that are struggling right now
Totally.
because they can't. Dude, I'm not gonna say the companies, but
It's a wave, man.
Yeah.
Skateboarding is this
That's-
wave.
that's
dude.
why there was all those layoffs like
Yeah.
after COVID.
Oh.
So many people got fired.
even before COVID.
yeah,
It was
it's
happening.
crazy.
So since we are at the point right now where the YouTube channel is doing well, you're getting views, you're taking videos down that have 200,000 views. You're like, that one didn't do well. Now, what is do you at this point in time? Because we're talking about analytics. Do you know? Are your viewers from Japan mainly? Are they from America? Are they a mix of both? Like, where is your demographic and what age are they at this point?
Okay, so when I had deleted all those old videos,
Yeah.
so I was already a few years in, right? Then when I restarted, I was like, okay, now post less and make better videos, but
Mhm.
how can I reach a different audience? Before I left like the US, you don't really think about international like audiences, right?
Sure.
And as of recently, it's been obviously easy to access because like the internet, you see it a lot.
Yeah, but I often believe that like there's different YouTubes out there. Like the people who are posting in Japan,
There is
we're not seeing that stuff.
100%.
The people who are posting in India, we're not seeing that stuff, and vice versa.
Yeah. I hired translators. So I first did every video in Japanese.
Mm.
Every video. Like I forgot how much. It was like,
They're dubbing it over.
no, subtitling.
Okay.
And then I did Spanish. Then I did Chinese. Then I did French.
You did
then I
all of them in one
Portuguese.
video?
Yeah, every video is translated. So
It's
I
expensive.
I spent it's not like I spent like $200 something or something sometimes.
For a 20-minute video.
Yeah, some people like it all depends because I've had people who weren't like getting paid because like they're not doing it for every video. Then there's people who have to meet a deadline every time.
Right.
But so it's like on and off. Like I had Vietnamese for a little bit, but I lost that one because like the person just could never do it full time. But when the person wants to like take it as a serious job, then like I'll be like, you have to do it. When I send it to you, you have to do it like that day. And
Right.
I never even had to talk to them. I got lucky, and the fans like who signed up to do it have done it. I pay my little brother to do it first. He does it in English,
Okay.
and then I send it to each translator. So
Still to this day?
still to this day, I have to send it to every single translator.
Okay.
And then those translators have to like do a proper translation. But I have to do the English because I started realizing even how much the English people can't understand. When we talk, like skaters are like talking, we're not speaking clearly.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a huge issue. Like my brother couldn't understand my own speaking. Oh yeah, you can see right there.
Yeah, we're looking at it right here. So we got subtitles. We got English, Chinese, French, Indonesian, Japanese, Portuguese, Spanish, Turkish, and then auto-generated English.
So wait, but you're just skating. So how is it translating? You're not saying nothing.
No, there's talking.
There's
Well, yeah,
talking
yeah,
in it.
he
Okay.
does-
You're talking over the video.
He does both
All
skating
right.
and then he has like lifestyle stuff where they're all kicking
But-
it.
Okay.
See, there you go.
Even like say you watch the video part and they put your little personality bit in the beginning, right?
Mhm.
If dude, those videos back in the day, like when you used to have to watch them like through a DVD, all the international people did not know what you guys were saying, right?
Right.
So how like it's hard to kind of build that personal connection.
Right.
Well, Mr. Beast dubs over.
Yeah, that I've been offered to like do that, but like
Yeah.
I don't believe like the agency and shit, so I don't want.
Interesting.
But like, so I work really hard to make really good like 3-minute edits, and I try to produce like 2 or 3 for each video, and like I go out and like I'll spend a few days just filming everything. I take the highlights of all those funny content. Like this is like this one, for example. This is the first time Johnny meets Kyonosuke.
Okay.
So Kyonosuke's been a writer for a very long time, and he's meeting him for the first
Yes,
time.
yes.
So you see the awkward little,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? And then like,
I'm on the same team as you.
yeah, and now look at them. They're skating together, like they're vibing out, and
High
like
fives and shit.
you
yeah.
don't see that. Like there's, dude, like those memories you make as a skateboarder are like that's why we love skating, but like we also love like all the memories and community building. Like that's why I love filming. I love gathering a crew together and
Yeah.
just like
You ask me what the first day I met Jerron, I don't know.
No.
I don't remember.
exactly.
I don't.
yeah.
I mean, we have a vague,
It's vague, but we don't have a video showing us skating the first time we've ever met each other.
This is a big difference on where we are at these days with video and content. And I mean, when you go out these days, dudes are filming everything. We only had a couple dudes that were like bringing out the camera like that, and Sloshbach was definitely one of them. He would be filming us like all hanging out and just so.
That's dope.
We've come a long way, and everybody's doing or trying to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
So you're basically paying. You said it was like a couple $100 to translate a 20-minute video.
Well, I pay everyone like to get like the amount of like the how many do I have? I have like a certain amount that I do. Yeah, to do all of the ones that I do. You know,
what do you mean certain amount of what do you
like each person gets paid a certain amount.
Okay, so
so I have to like individually. It's not like a system. Like I have to go into my Instagram, DM each person, get the subtitle before the video goes up, and sometimes they send it last minute. So like I'll be at a spot, I'll whip out the computer and like
upload the.
I have to put the caption in. Like I have to finish the video 3-4 days before because I have to do English captions first. Then that I am like, when I finish a video, 100 to 150 hours to edit, and then like I have to do the translation, so it doesn't end.
Do we know? Okay, so you do a video for. Do we know how many views are getting viewed in Indonesia? Are you picking? How are we picking these languages? Are you saying like, man, I'm getting a good
20% in the U.S., but it like will range from 40 to 20.
Wait. Only 20% U.S. Everything else is around the world.
I mean, picture this like. Go to like say if you're on Thrasher and you see a video get like 40,000-60,000 views, that is probably spread between every country in the world.
Sure.
How much of that do you think would be from the U.S.? It's definitely.
I would think a bigger percentage. I think it's U.S., Canada, and then the rest of the world.
You know, it actually might be true, but yeah. So
just my opinion. Just
okay.
Guess.
So say if a video gets like, say if a video gets 1 million, right?
Yeah.
20% is 200,000 people in America. So
wait, do you think that
your videos you're talking about? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you are translating them, is that going to give them more power to be seen in those countries?
Yeah, they see it in the They see it in the Japanese title.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So
then you're doing yourself a kudos by making translating that video, because now it's going to be spread.
Yeah, when I went to Japan, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I went to Japan, like I wasn't getting recognized that much, like at all, you know. As soon as the translations hit, a year later, it repeated again in Japan. Like every time I would go out, it would start happening.
So are you looking at your analytics and being like, Indonesia, we're starting to grow there. Let me get some subtitles going in Indonesia.
I just kind of like...
Oh, Turkey. Like, who would have think to put the Turkish subtitles?
Yeah, how do you start?
The Turkish one...
the biggest, right? Or the biggest ones you think in your mind.
The Turkish one was actually an offer. I wasn't looking for Turkish subtitles because it wasn't in the demographic. Like, Japanese... Japanese viewers were, because I was in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Like, French was... Portuguese is a big one too.
Seems like there's
those. I reached out. I like did the ones that I thought were like Spanish is a big one. I did the biggest ones first, and then like I started getting offers from people to do it. Like I had like what was it, Vietnamese for a bit, and then you just like, and it was crazy because like I told you the first time I went to Japan, I think that was one of the most refreshing things that I could go to like a skate park and some people would recognize me, like people who are like love to watch YouTube, but like. Now, like compared to like back then, after that happened, it was like the same thing. Then I went to France after like, because I went to France a long time ago, and then it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, because I do the French subs, so each country has actually their big skate YouTuber.
That's amazing.
So we're different over here. I mean, we're already going on an hour 30. We're probably gonna maybe exceed 2 hours on this episode.
Sorry.
No, this is
great,
awesome.
But
you're chilling.
What I'm saying is like. We've looked into subtitling our show, and it's expensive. It got expensive. I mean, you're talking about a couple $100 for your videos are 20 minutes, but maybe 10 minutes of talking.
Yeah.
Maybe even less than that sometimes.
Yeah, no. This is for all of them put together.
Gotcha. So it's like now with our 9 Club, you got Jerron talking, you got Luis talking, you got Kelly talking, you got me talking. Like we were looking into it, and because people would request, hey, will you Spanish subtitles? Hey, French subtitles. But I mean, like just to do subtitles for one episode, 2.5 hours long, it was like thousands of dollars.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah, we've looked into it, and we've always wanted to do it. And we've had people hit us up. We've had people actually try,
Yeah,
and they're like, either we never hear from them again,
100%.
or they're like, sorry, we just can't do this.
No,
It's fucking gnarly.
They're still translating that Mike.
Yeah, they're still trying. They're still trying to translate the Mike V episode.
Wait, we can't do
exactly.
this AI just yet?
No, it's not
It's
good
coming.
enough.
No.
It's coming, but
All right.
no.
All right.
But it's weird.
Well, just look at the English subtitles.
No,
Go watch the 9 Club with English auto-generated subtitles. You're you're saying some weird ass shit.
No, it's crazy. You're gonna get canceled from your own subtitles.
Jerron said, "What?"
Exactly.
Oh,
Wait,
my
rewind that. Let me hear what he said again.
Yeah, remember what I just said? Like, we don't speak clearly.
Sure.
So, like, when
Yeah.
we're like with homies, you kind of like
Slang.
put some, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll like recognize it, and like when you read those captions, you'll read something completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So that's
dude.
interesting. So you're the first person in skateboarding that I'm aware of that has done that. Is there anybody else that you're aware of that had done
No.
that? You just wanted it. You just thought, and I think that helps with the views, man.
Oh no,
Big
it did.
time.
It changed.
Big
That,
time. That's why I was like, it has to, because why are you going to put money towards something that's not going to kind of affect the
100%.
algorithm that's going to be beneficial to you?
It was definitely a risk, but luckily I had Erase at the time to afford
Fund
it.
it.
Yeah.
Do you think that was the hack?
Yeah.
Was there a hack for you? Was there like oh my God, I just found the view hack.
You know how, again, when I deleted my videos, it was the best thing I could have ever done.
Right.
So first impression is literally everything.
Mhm.
If I watch a video for the first time and I enjoy it, the next time I see a thumbnail or a title from this person, like it randomly will pop up.
Right.
I'm like, this guy had a good video. Let me give another one a shot.
100%.
I have seen a bad video from someone who ended up having good videos, and I skipped so many videos. Then eventually I realized that they had better content.
Right.
You get one chance with every viewer. I was like, every video has to be the best video I can possibly make.
True.
And the only way to do that is get the best skating I can do.
Mhm.
Like, choose. Sometimes, like, I'll use not copyrighted music, and then sometimes I use copyrighted music. But now I'm like, I have to just like, I'm like debating only using copyrighted music and supporting my homies' music too,
Mhm.
just to make the better videos, because it affects it. It affects their like chances of coming back.
It's interesting that you do the other language stuff too. Easier for short form videos, and I think I think that's the hack.
It is, but it isn't, because they're
Making good content is the hack.
Yeah, because I started reaching those high. Like skateboarding has a wall. I started reaching breaking that wall when I just transitioned to making
Good
better content.
Yeah.
Because there is the separation between like a YouTube skateboarding video and like a street part. But what about like the best of both worlds?
Yeah.
And no one was really doing that, because it takes time and it takes money to do that. Like
For
it is,
sure.
like I said, you'll battle it. Imagine like hiring a filmer for a day.
Mm.
They go out to film with the skater. The skater doesn't get a clip.
Mm.
A YouTuber will go out and like do like some bullshit.
Sure.
And I can say that because I've done that shit.
Mm.
And then like you get more views than the guy who like made the street part.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you have a responsibility. I feel like once you have that platform to like,
For sure.
you're a representation of skateboarding. Why do you think people would hate on like Braille? And I don't have anything against Braille, like,
Mm-hmm.
but like that definitely. So imagine it's your first time looking into skateboarding, and like you see a Braille video, you're gonna think like this is what skateboarding is.
It's an entry point.
So people don't want to like. The reason people don't want that to get bigger association, because like skateboarding is cool. Cool sells. People want skateboarding to stay cool.
I feel like Braille, Andy Schrock, Revive, I feel like it's a double-edged sword. You know, I feel like that is the entry point to skateboarding from a kid that's finding a YouTube video. They're going to go buy a Braille board first.
Yeah, 100%.
Later on, they're going to discover skateboarding. Then the next board's going to be a Alien Workshop or a chocolate
More
board
personal
or
to
a
them.
girl board.
Yeah.
Or I mean, that's just their entry point. And they have to
100%.
know this. If they don't know this, they don't know their business model.
No, they know.
So
They're very aware.
but it's almost like I feel like companies should be thanking them for
100%.
getting these kids into skateboarding,
And
but
work
then
with
those
them more,
kids
yeah.
now are going into and buying their boards.
No, when I was like doing the street skateboarding stuff, like I told you, I contacted everyone like
Yeah.
to try to make it. I sent footage to Andy and he posted it.
Mm.
He just posted it on his channel, like just raw skateboarding footage.
Oh wow.
And like he helped me a lot.
Okay.
He's a very kind person. I went like the first time I went out filming with him, like back in the day, he like bought everyone like dinner, and like it was just such a great experience. Like they're good people.
That's
Like,
amazing.
yeah, they're so like
That's super dope.
super kind people, but like they know like what they're doing, you know, like
For sure.
but like that's the thing. I wanted to like keep my audience. Like I didn't want to like I wanted people to grow up with me, and I've had people watching me for like 8 years, you know, like 9 years. Like it's
Right.
they've seen so much of my life, and that's I think what has made, because it's like it's been a very very slow growth, but I didn't lose my audience as I grew, and that's why I think it was able to get as big as it is.
I mean, you comparing. I mean, it's like the Brails, the Revives. They lose their audience because they grow up.
yeah,
They got to constantly be bringing in young kids that want to watch this type of content. The entry point to skateboarding via YouTube. You know what I mean? So they're constantly on a battle of like,
But
if skateboarding's down,
Right.
good luck bringing more kids in because it's down.
Yeah.
But as soon as kids grow up, then there's going to be that trickle effect of like the younger kids coming into a field.
That's what I'm saying. They have to keep
Yeah,
catering
the cycle,
to. They
yeah.
have to keep getting those young kids in.
True.
Because those kids that are growing up and now they're fans of girl skateboards or chocolate or skateboards or whoever,
Right. They've moved
they're
on.
not looking back to Braille. They're just,
Yeah.
thanks for getting me into this.
yeah, and I don't believe that everyone just stops watching them. I'm positive that they have people who have been
For
watching
sure.
them for like 10
That's
years
still-
plus.
Totally.
Yeah.
But the amount
Totally.
of people who will stay is very little compared to
I go in there and I look and see. I just see what they're doing. I because that's my job. I'm in. You know what I mean? I'm in this world now, so I'm so interested. I'm like, what are these dudes doing today? What's going on over here? What's going on over here? I watch such a wide variety of YouTube because I just kind of want to be in the know of what the hell's going on.
Well, that's the thing. It's like relevancy and popularity are completely different. And that's what I figured out. And that's why those videos went down. And I was like, okay, you get one shot. I'm not going to fuck this up. I'm going to do the best I can. But it became kind of like an obsession. And like, I feel like I overwork myself sometimes.
You're being overly critical of yourself.
Dude, it's pretty like, dude, up until now, I was using like this laptop that would take 2 hours to export one of my videos. And there was times where I've exported my video like
Got to change
like
something.
10 times, and that was like 20 something hours of exporting. And like I had to push it back a week, and like
Better start monetizing these videos, man. We need to get you a new laptop.
I did. I just
Good,
bought
good,
I just bought like I spent a lot of money on the best computer I could get, and it went from 2 hours to 20
There
minutes.
you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you
Like-
find that little mistake, and you're like, oh, okay, let me change that.
They work smarter, not harder.
But I
Yeah.
love the fact. I mean, when we first started this, you know, a little while ago, and you were saying like sometimes even it takes you 120 hours to edit a video.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I love hearing that like you're taking the time to make not only your channel but skateboarding look the best that you can look and the best representation of it.
Yeah.
You know, because I think a lot of people just fart it out and let it blow in the wind.
100%. It kind of bums me out
Let's be-
sometimes, like
Totally.
the potential is there, but that's the thing. I didn't like do this to be like a popular guy, you know, like I'm not like the limelight of my videos. I started off like that when I made this transition, but like I just love making like I loved watching skate videos growing up to the point where I was like, I'm gonna make this my career.
Yes.
That's sick.
And it worked, and then I didn't like it because I was doing like some shit that just didn't feel like true to who I am. And now I'm doing what I love, and I'm working the most I've ever worked in my life as of recently, and I'm making like no money on YouTube because I'm not monetizing. Keep this in mind.
You must be making a little bit on YouTube. You got some.
I could even show you.
monetization.
This month I made $1,300 off YouTube only, but in 2020 I was making like 20 grand off YouTube a month.
Now,
Damn,
Amazing.
dude.
That's awesome.
Good
man.
for
so your
you.
clothing
Straight up.
company Erased is what's really
Yeah, that pays like
Right.
me, and it pays
right.
people.
Is there a part of you that's like, let me get back to this 20 grand a month over here, you know what I mean?
Dude,
It's got to be a thought.
well, that's the thing. It's like, dude, you obsess
I
over.
love that you're not greedy, by the way.
No,
This
and
is
that
great.
you're not doing it for money.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's the passion.
But it's
and
just
that's-
funny to like,
Yeah.
you know.
because I,
If you
dude,
can just plug it back in, let's let's go. Fuck.
I got humbled really bad when I left like LA. I mean, when I moved to LA, like my parents took such good care of me, and they were so kind and loving. And you know, when you're a teenager, you talk back to your parents.
Sure.
Like you appreciate that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Like I can't. like I've even teared up about it. Like when I was like living in that West Hollywood apartment when I was this is before the Lamont thing. My aunt like came to visit and gave me like $100, and I brought it up to her like one of the days, and like I started tearing up because like it fed me that month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like,
And that
I hold this like gratitude.
That was a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even talking about it now, like
Yeah.
I get choked up.
Don't worry, man. Steve Caballero's cried on our show, so it's all good. You know, you're
Nah,
covered.
bro.
The good thing is though is that you think about those points in your life,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
makes you go harder sometimes. right?
100%. That's
Yeah.
why like I don't have to make money off. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like if I would have milked what I had, like I went from making at one point on YouTube I was making 30,000 a year, right? And then it went to like
30,000 a month.
I made, and it wasn't every month, but like
Sure.
what I made the last year I made in 1 month, and I was like, oh my god, like my life. And then now I'm like 1,300 a month. So the people who like watch my shit, just like I hope they understand that like I truly love what I do, and
Yeah.
like it's not cheap to like put out one video a month and like spend like that much money to like produce it and then not monetize it. And even things have slowed down, you know, like
Sure.
COVID was the peak. Everyone was like buying online, and now it's like everything is still good, but like my concern is not to make a shit ton of money. I didn't like, not to say like I don't want to just hate on like companies going into Zoomies, but like I could have taken that deal to like get into Zoomies and I would have made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But I just want like I get one shot. Maybe if I fuck up and like this ends, then I'll sell out and like do that.
That's
But
what I was
like,
just about to ask you.
I'm
So
gonna
you-
do my very best until I fucking can't.
Right.
No
So you
more,
will never
know?
sell to Zoomies, is what you're saying.
I don't want to say no because it's gonna come to bite me in the ass. No, that's facts, bro. Like
yeah.
I'm
feel you,
gonna
sure.
fight as long as I can to avoid that from happening. I swear. Like
Right.
I don't know
I
if
might
this is
even let
real.
it die.
I don't know if this is real, but I just heard that the FA is in Zoomies. And
I think it's
Yeah.
hockey.
Is it
Is
hockey?
it hockey?
Because I mean, I could have sworn he said we are never doing something.
They
like
did.
that.
Was it?
You know what I'm
it?
saying?
Yeah. They,
So that does come to bite you in the ass.
no, exactly. Like be realistic about it. Like I'm gonna fight till I can't. You know, like then people should understand. You know, like nothing lasts forever. But I've been able to do this for as long as I have. Like
Totally.
brands don't last that long. I think I'm like 6 years in right now. I think.
Congrats,
Yeah.
bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Let me ask you something. Are you doing brand deals for your channel? And if so, like, how does that work? Because you're doing skate content. Is it product anything?
I've only done, I think, 3 brand deals my whole entire career.
What was that?
On
what does
YouTube
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
deals.
exactly. What does something like that look like? For what kind of content you're doing? It's not like you're
I did one for a contest called Uprising Tokyo that was
yeah, I
in
remember that. It
Tokyo.
was recently,
Great
no?
content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They paid. I probably shouldn't say how much because it was recently, but it was like a pretty good amount. You
Okay.
know,
How did they want you to promote it?
just basically make one video before to promote it, and then make a video of the contest.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm stupid, and it take too long to make a video, and like I didn't upload for a month that time, and like when I finished it, like I uploaded the video, but like was it, you know, like the brand deal gives me money, but I lost a lot of money
Right.
by not, because like each time I upload to YouTube, the brand gets more sales. Each time I upload to YouTube, like things just roll, right? But if
Sure.
to get that money, like it like kind of, I think with the way I make videos, it's not worth it because I only upload once a month.
Or
Do
it'd
you,
just be nice to just be like a product placement.
Yeah.
Like if somebody, give your
yeah.
Like the-
cheers,
like the-
cheers, like
exactly.
a can of Coke or something.
Right, right.
100%.
know?
Yeah.
Random question, actually. What's the most you've spent on a video? You think?
I was gonna pick it up.
I don't know, but I did a $10,000 game of skate, and I gave some guy $10,000.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, that's
How'd that
amazing.
video do?
Made like $1,000.
Sounds like we got another Mr. Beast here.
The winner is actually his name is Art Cordova. He just won the X Games.
He's
No, he got I think bronze for the switch big heel down Rincon.
okay.
He's good. Dude.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's
On-
blowing up. He's kind of blowing up right
Flip,
now.
He should have been blown up. He's been good for so long. It's crazy.
He's on Flip.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
so good.
New Balance too.
He won that. He won that contest. Yeah, New Balance too.
Yeah.
But he won the 10K game of skate.
Oh, so he. Okay.
Yeah, there was like a check, and then like obviously like the check you don't like cash in that big check. I had to like message him like the week later, be like, hey, like come pick up the check, the real check.
Dude,
Don't go into the bank with that
that's
big
so
check.
sick. That's life changing for someone like that, like a
Yeah.
young kid just trying to skate. $10,000?
I never thought I would,
bro.
I would have cried. Like straight up, dude. Like getting
bro.
when I was that young, dude. Fucking what? Like $200 tops I had in my account. It's like getting 10,000 is nuts.
Have you looked into, because YouTube is changing.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing. It's kind of hard to keep up with at some points in time. But music has always been the biggest issue, as we've talked about on this episode for sure. But there was a point in time where you couldn't use anything. They would mute the thing, or people would change the music, which I hate so much. Or there's a skate video with that person uploaded it with different music. You're changing the whole thing. Just take it down, get rid of it. It's horrible for the culture.
Is.
But now it's getting better and better. So now they're having, and YouTube's they're going to have a good library sooner or later. They already have YouTube Music. They already have access to all this stuff. So, but they are introducing revenue splits between artist and creator. They're offering, depending on how big your channel is, you could outright buy the rights to music. Yeah. So have you been kind of keeping up with that and trying to follow along and seeing like, hey, maybe I could make money off of this. I just have to, split, maybe do a revenue split off this dope ass song that I want to use anyway.
I don't upload enough to make enough like money on YouTube anymore. Even if I upload once a month, if a video gets 1 million, that's only like $3,000, and that's like kind of minimum wage, like for a month. So, and then plus what it takes to produce the video. Yeah. So there's no, even if I like, I'm starting to be like, okay, is it even worth like making, like, I'd rather just like take the, like, if you build a good brand image, you yourself become more valuable.
Right.
Then when the right deal comes, then you take that one. I recently just I don't even know, I won't speak numbers because I just signed to be a Spotify ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not on YouTube. This is on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And it is one of the best deals I've ever got.
What does that entail? What did you use Spotify? Spotify's audio.
I just show how like I use Spotify. And like if they have I show how I use Spotify, and like also if they have an event or like a playlist or something they want like attention to, I just make like a TikTok video out of it.
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
It's not that much. It's like 260,000 or something. I don't use it. I've been trying to use it more because it's a more like, that is where you can shit post. You could just like
you can just farce it out in there, right?
Literally, yeah. Like you could do random skits and shit. But on YouTube, like that is so sacred to me. Like I keep that as like polished as I possibly can.
High quality production.
What? Yeah. Okay, so but also I feel like YouTube Shorts is kind of the same as the TikTok. Here's what I look at, and maybe this is a totally wrong way to look at it, but we post like a TikTok a day, we post a YouTube short a day. I mean, this is kind of a different platform, obviously. Yeah. TikTok, I feel like hates skateboarding. They don't promote it at all. But I feel like YouTube Shorts is kind of the same thing. You're not telling your subscribers, hey, look, I posted a new short. You turn that off. You just post a short, and now it's just in the ecosystem for people to find. Yeah. So for me, it's like just a free commercial for our show.
Yeah, it really works well for you guys too, because you guys are like the talk show.
Yes.
So you have to be very cautious how you use that tool. Luckily, what they see in your shorts is what they get, right?
Right.
But say if like you upload like a random funny video and that goes viral, but that is not the same type of content you produce, that will end up harming you than doing good.
You got to take stuff out of your video and make shorts out of it. You got to take that 20-minute video and make 1-minute little snippets of it.
But the thing is, like, the bigger you get, the harder it is to maintain your view ratio, because not everyone will continue to watch YouTube forever. Like, not even just like if you're into skateboarding or not, but like people have like time periods where they're just super active on YouTube, right? So the bigger you get, the harder it is, because you have to maintain a high view ratio. So if you get like 1 million, you have to reach a certain percentage for the YouTube recommendation to keep doing
right.
That's why it's like it is easy to restart a channel, because if you have a popular name and you start, you get recommended easier because people are clicking on your thing, and the ratio from subs to viewers, it's easy to surpass.
Right.
But the bigger you get, the harder it gets. So that's why it's hard to keep like a sustainable channel for a very long time. Because no matter what, and when you get a viral video, it could also damage you. Say that 27 million video.
Sure.
I went up like 400,000. I think it was like, no, more, like 600 100,000 subscribers.
And maybe 50,000 of them actually like what you're doing.
Exactly. So that it helped me get like what I have now,
Mm-hmm.
but I was already getting a similar, like it didn't increase the view ratio that much higher.
Right.
It did more damage than good, but it did good, you know?
Overall.
So that's why I have to be very cautious, like with who I have watching my videos now. Cause like if you lose that, it's hard to meet that ratio. So people want to like get instant virality or virality. Like that's why people like fall off so quickly. If you get on quickly, you fall off quickly.
Sure. Yeah, it's interesting because I will say, and we were talking before the show, and I was like, man, I would have had a different answer for this a year ago, but I feel like nowadays, like everybody talks about algorithm this, algorithm that, algorithm. It's like the audience is the algorithm.
Yeah.
The audience is determining how good your video does.
Right.
So you could kind of base. It's like I have a YouTube channel. You know, my personal YouTube channel. I do. I'm glad I'm not me. I go out and do little things. I'm sure you've seen it plenty of times. It's everywhere. But you know, if one video gets 100,000 views and the next video gets 36,000 views, 37, I'm like, okay, cool. Why?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it's a tool.
Your ratio on that channel is really good. That's the one where you were just like on that flying thing and the X Games thing. The Mega Ramp. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Your relevancy is really high and your popularity is up there.
Right.
So it's like you creating a second channel is perfect right now because I saw that
I've had it for about,
but you didn't use it. You started using it again recently.
Yes,
I saw.
yes.
The last video was like 2 years ago or something.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. Compared to back then to now, your relevancy is super high. So when people see your face, they're likely to click on it. Not everyone who's subscribed to the 9 Club is subscribed to that, but they will get recommended that video because it's a similar demographic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, you should definitely use that. Like you could definitely.
Well, I just want to have fun with it.
Yeah.
But you know, if like I said, like the first video got 90K and then or like 100, whatever, and then the second video got like less than 40, and I'm like, And I even knew going into it, I'm like, well, it was loud in there. There was like music playing. Like we couldn't get the best video that I wanted to get, but still, it's like I want to actually like put out good content. I want to put out good stuff. I want to spend. And I was just talking today about it. It's like I don't care if it takes me a week to edit those things or a month. It's like I just want to put out just funny, good stuff that represents me.
Right.
No, 100%. I think that's the right approach for sure. Because
definitely,
if you get that viral video, you have a higher chance of keeping most of those people watching. When if it's a shitty video and it goes viral and you get those subscribers, you killed your channel.
Right. Yeah. Right. And all we have out there is the people who are actually really killing it to kind of take from. There's those people who are, Mr. Beast, whole other level.
It's crazy. Unbelievable.
100 million plus. But you can actually take notes from these people.
No, 100%.
And really kind of like think about what kind of content we're putting out there. And it's just something to think about, everybody out there. Is the landscape in skateboarding right now the right landscape?
Well, the thing is, skateboarding is at the lowest point it's ever been, I feel like,
and
popularity-wise.
And do you feel like everybody's now putting out more content because of that?
I think so. People are getting like scared to go into it. Scared not to get into it because it's like these other guys are like producing these numbers and ours are dropping off.
Right.
Because even if people stop skating and they're your like fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll continue watching your videos, but they might not be so interested to keep watching skateboarding videos forever. Yeah. And I've met so many good skaters, even like top pros. They say they don't watch skateboarding videos.
Yeah.
So
totally.
What makes everyone who makes skateboarding videos think that everyone will just want to watch their video when there's too much being produced? So you have to build a connection.
Definitely.
You have to you can do it even without talking. It's just the way you portray yourself, the way you produce like your edits, like the way you skate, the way you choose anything. Like you build like a brand for yourself,
For sure. And I don't want to get down on any, because there's all kinds of new filmmaker kids out there that want to make videos. But
new generation,
for sure. And they're trying to craft. They're trying to hone their craft too,
dude.
I don't know. It's just like I feel like, is Thrasher and companies like that just they're not taking any video off the street, but they're, is there too much right now?
Well,
that's the problem.
The thing is, it's like I just told you, not that many people watch skateboarding videos consistently. Like, honestly, do you guys keep up with every single skate video dropping?
Ask Roger that.
Yeah, Roger
Okay,
keeps
Roger-
us updated a little bit.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
that filters through us.
Yeah.
And then we filter through that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, Roger.
We
Yeah.
watch more than most people, I feel like.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's good. Well,
I feel like.
you guys have interviewed people, right?
Mhm.
And I've heard it plenty of
Oh,
times.
yeah.
You guys.
Oh, yeah.
What usually happens when you ask them?
They don't watch skate videos.
Yeah, because I feel like even like it's just like you get so caught up with things and like they say, what do they always say?
Or
Though?
they watch,
their friends.
Exactly.
But that's
Yeah.
that's how I was. Though.
Exactly.
That's how I was without social media.
Straight up. That's the same.
100%. Yeah, and that's what. And people in the industry, they're probably homies with the majority of the industry. So
Sure.
yeah, they do keep up with it, but it's kind of hard for the up and comers, right?
Straight up.
Like they're not gonna give those guys a chance. They barely want to watch like the top pros unless they
Damn
know
true.
they personally know them.
Or there's a connection through the
Yeah,
homie that
exactly.
knows them.
There
and
needs
like,
to
hey,
be-
watch the homie. Right?
There needs to be like a correlation,
Yeah.
you know? So it's just hard to watch everything. So that's why I'm saying, like, that's why when you have that connection, everyone sees you as like a friend, you know, or like they feel like a part of your community. I've been doing this for a long time. So that's why I feel like people have seen me from like the low point to the high point, and now it's like I just got to do what I got to do. And I feel like for anyone coming up, just do your best and then build that relationship.
I think that YouTube right now, I think YouTube is pretty much the only place where you can grow and foster a community. I don't know if you could do that on TikTok. I don't know if you could foster a
You can do
community.
it, but like it's compared to YouTube, even Instagram too.
Yeah.
Like it
That's different.
and it's
communities,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
YouTube's
YouTube
the only.
is a place where you could, because people are going there to watch you.
Yeah.
I'm getting just any bullshit feeded, on my feeds.
Patreon, maybe?
Yeah, but that's kind of like a, hey, you already like me.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
let's make
Like,
some,
come
let
support
me
me.
let me
Well,
make some money off
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Come support me. Yeah.
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 Because there's the whole like skate YouTube thing.
Mhm.
Everyone just needs to, especially at this point, like people just need to understand it's just a platform.
Sure.
Straight
Instagram is just a platform. You can do whatever you want. If you're a pro skater and you're a top pro, hire yourself your own personal filmer, like do your own stuff and like portray it the way you want it. And you can kill without like the companies, you can continue to like build your career. Even for filmmakers, like what's wrong with using YouTube as a platform? Like there isn't. There isn't. But this is
especially if you're already using Instagram.
Exactly.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? People can't hate in a sense of you're already putting yourself out there on a social media platform. This is not that far off.
I think it's gone. I think
It
this.
really
I think
isn't
that
that far
stigma is dead. I mean, you just recently you were saying you crossed that threshold.
Yeah, you know, like how like people will comment. So it's funny because there is like like I'll see videos and like people will talk about YouTube skaters.
Mhm.
I don't even get brought up in the conversation anymore.
You used to.
I used to, but I don't now. Like people will make like top list of like YouTube skaters. Like even
He has evolved.
even Gifted Hater did like a like best YouTube skater like skating and
Right.
shit. And like I wasn't even like mentioned or
There
anything.
you go. For sure.
Like I don't even get like mentioned. Like it's in a different realm now. But picture this: like Supreme's videos. Where were they uploaded?
to the
To their filmer's
but,
channel.
But where on YouTube?
to Strobek's channel.
To Strobek's
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
Strobek.
I think now they have their own channel.
Yeah, but that amount of like popularity
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
for
that
the
he got
way,
from that?
dude, it's
Well, look where
crazy.
Strobek is now.
But
He's got his own company.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's
That helped, that
amazing.
helped catapult that.
He's
for
so,
sure.
he did like so much, you know, in his own terms because he used the platform. Like there's like no correct or incorrect, but he did it in a cool way.
Sure.
And cool is what like that's what drives people to skateboarding. Everyone wants to be like the cool skater, you know. That's why we criticize like trick selection, the way people dress. Everyone wants to be that guy, and like he just did it in a really good way. Like he just like if you hate his filming or if you like his filming, so much influence and impact that guy made just by like he got an opportunity to use his platform, uploaded those videos on there.
Yep.
And like
Yeah.
he shifted skateboarding entirely,
Big
you
time.
know? So like that was done on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
like when people think of cool companies, you'll think of like Supreme and stuff. And then Supreme also like sprinkled into like FA. They're kind of more disconnected now. But like those writers, you know, like
Yeah, you're associated.
Tyshawn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's associated. And where did that all
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
It was how I know IC kind of like had their like fall off
Well,
with what
I
happened.
didn't hear about that.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Beef about that.
No, trust me. Trust me. But all that happened on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't really think, and I think my goal at that time period was to like bridge the gap, you know. And then like when I went to SF recently, like I told you, I was with Carl Watson, and like they like had us pick up a bunch of free stuff from Thrasher, and there was like a wall, and he said, "Oh, this is brand new. Like only pros and people who are influential to skateboarding can sign it." He's like, "I want you to sign it." And like and dude, to me that was like
Gnarly.
That's cool, man.
that was like
I got to go up there.
so
and sign
meaningful.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Meaningful, you know, because like
You
where I
show
came
up.
from, where there's always like like YouTube and Thrasher, like so like you can do it.
Yeah.
You can't. There isn't that wall anymore. There is definitely if you choose to make a certain kind of content, expect yourself to be put in this thing. But that's not a bad thing. You know, it's like, what do you want to do at the end of the day?
And that's what I tell people that come on this show. I tell people all the time. I'm like, YouTube. People live on YouTube.
Yeah.
People live on it. They don't watch cable. They don't watch anything. They live on YouTube. YouTube's their life.
Yeah. No,
and
it's their
there's
TV.
people that's why I'm so stoked on Tom Asta starting his channel. He's gaining a little momentum too.
Yeah.
And if you go look at his page, will you pull up Tom Asta's thing, Raj? Because I love the way that his page looks
Yeah, it's
very
all,
nice.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at how
And
nice that looks.
and he's doing really good.
It's very aesthetically pleasing, man. Look, all the little
Skating
the
is
yellow
super high level
stuff.
too.
Hell
The-
yeah.
the-
He's gnarly.
This
bro.
dude literally was the reason like I wanted to be a pro skater as a kid. I mean, there's a lot of people. But that was like the point where I told my friend, I was like I want to be pro.
But like, look at
it's
his,
so cool.
but, like,
man.
look at this from 12 years ago, and it's just kind of whatever. But then you get into like the more recent stuff, which was from 8 months. He's started this right here, and just look, it's beautiful, man. Like clouds in the sky, the yellow writing, all that matters though for a
sure.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
I think thumbnails and titles still matter.
No, they're a big deal.
Even though the content does drive, the views
But
and
and
stuff
like
like that.
I'll say this really quick. As like a pro skater, like I'm a team manager with him,
Yes.
like whatever or for S, and like I'm like seeing as one of my guys is you like skater and YouTuber. I'm like that is if I want to sponsor one, that's who I want to sponsor right there.
Yeah.
That dude is promoting the brands. He's doing authentically, and he's not just putting out video parts every freaking 1 year. You know what I
But
mean?
it's also based off
Yeah.
of like just what Mario McCoy just started a YouTube channel. He's got his little thing going on. And it's just cool to see these people breaking out of the shell and
No,
just
we are
being
starting
like,
to see
hey,
it.
let's I don't have to be the over exuberant vlogger.
Yeah.
I can just do it the way that I want to do it my way.
No, 100%.
And that's kind of like my YouTube channel was like, I'm not going to be like, hey everybody, it's Chris Roberts here. Today we are going on a big adventure, man. We are going to the beach. Then we're going to go. It's going to be a great day.
You're not going to the beach, dude.
I know. Already lying to the audience. Not a good thing.
I had that era. I was like, I don't even want to do it, but like I had this outro where I was like, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and like I'd cover the camera and I go back. I'm like,
Right.
fuck, dude.
That's why
It didn't feel right.
I deleted those shit. I was like, that's just. But it's like, dude, you see a template, you try to copy it, and then you that's how everything originates from something, right? You have to believe that you have good enough sense to like create something better than what it was originally
And
made.
And see if it works for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Mario about it because, we were up in Woodward, Pennsylvania. He was there at the same time we were. And, he's like, oh, I don't want to do the same stuff Tom's doing. I'm like, it's skating. It's going to overlap sooner or later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you just got started in this. Like, just start making videos. You can always start changing it up and becoming your own and figuring it out. But don't let the ideas and not having the ideas slow you down.
But don't you think that like it's almost better for like people to, how like companies are based right now? Don't you think the model should be like changed? Like it's a bit outdated.
Yeah,
Like what do
I
you mean?
agree.
Now? Let's talk. Like what? What model's outdated?
You know how like you would drop a full length and they would make someone like instantly a star, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen anymore. So how
Very
do you?
rare. Very
yeah,
rare.
it does happen, but
It
like,
does.
how many videos come out and how many superstars come out?
Yeah,
from
Right.
that?
True.
Right.
So there has to be a way, because sometimes that skater, he might not be everyone's like favorite skater, but like if you start to get to know the person, like you'll start to like get super invested into the skater. And like if the companies aren't helping to build their name,
you're saying that what's going on in mainstream in core skateboarding,
the business or the model is just like it needs to be switched.
That's why like companies are not. Yeah, well,
skateboarding's business model is outdated regardless.
Yeah,
I mean, just how the way that people advertise and everything.
But I don't think that like everyone starting their own personal YouTube channel is the way to go.
Okay.
You have to be a certain type of person to do so.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
100% agree.
But if you are a skateboarder making like a sustainable living, like I think it is important to either like team up with something. Well, I mean, team up with someone,
right? Or
team up with like the right company that could help you like constantly produce that content. Like there has to be a middle ground, right?
Right.
That's
going to capture the audience.
Yeah, because you have to like, dude, like it's kind of hard to do it. Like say if you guys went out and just filmed yourself skating, like how long can you do that for But if you have like a team and you have like things like you can split like jobs between everyone and you guys just split the profit, but then your name value goes up. Right. Then that's when like you pick and choose wisely with those sponsors and those sponsors sustain your career.
I love that. And I think you're right, you know, but and what I was talking about too is like, YouTube is a platform like we were talking about. And I think people post their clips on Instagram. They post their clips on TikTok. They post their clips. But it's like, that's why I'm saying like, if you had a YouTube channel and all you did was post your clips, cool.
Yeah, no,
it's just some place for people to find you.
Yeah, but I think you should love, like you shouldn't, I guess the reason I said that is because I feel like you have to love like doing that.
Sure,
like don't jump into it because you think it's going to boost your popularity.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've seen it so many times, it just never ends well.
Totally.
So it's like, that's why it's better to create a system where it's like, it doesn't have to be a brand, but create like a little production like not even production company, like a little company that is focused around like helping your
little crew.
Yeah, you have to have a crew because some people will try to do this solo from the beginning. Find yourself like a good team. Like if you're the skater, you should be skating.
Sure.
Like you could film yourself, which I think Tom Ass is one of those people who can do it because he does it really. I feel like he does it really well.
He does it really well,
and you can tell he genuinely loves it. But there's some people who like don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
So like you can find a loophole around that.
Also, let's make it clear: Tom has been doing Twitch for a long time.
Okay.
He has
so he's
been
into that.
Talking to the camera, playing video games. Like it was just. It had to have come to this point.
He was built to do that.
For sure.
Sense.
Yeah, imagine like even Cater uploads like his little. I think what was it like? Adidas?
Yeah,
was it Adidas?
He did his Adidas part. Yeah,
yeah. So
put that on his channel,
like that.
That's true.
And you can
good on Adidas for letting him do that.
Yeah, because you don't even have to do that. Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have to do that.
You don't have to monetize the channel. You use the platform to build your name and then use it to like leverage your name.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that people are like, that's what I mean. Even people jumping into it now, they expect to make the money from the views.
Yeah.
Use it to elevate your name, and then you'll lose. Dude, the more people try to make money off YouTube AdSense and monetizing, the less quality you will have.
Sure.
The more corny it will get.
Sure.
Because you're limited.
Right.
But say if like you create like a better system, then you can just focus on getting your name. So say if like the sponsors like what you're doing and they're paying you to continue doing that, you're letting the sponsors pay you to do what you're doing, right? I mean, that's just how it is. I feel like now it would be the better approach.
It's funny because like back in the day, it was the companies are making this. The companies are providing for the skateboarder.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, hey, we need to add in the magazine. Hey, we're filming this video part. Hey, we're doing this. We're doing this. Hey, we're going to this country. We're going to this country. I feel like the tables have turned now. I feel like the companies now are looking towards the skaters to provide for them.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just like you have to have a tool to grow your name bigger.
Totally.
Yeah. You should have support to build your name bigger.
Yes.
They should let you freely do what you feel like will represent
Help
yourself.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Right.
You should be. I mean, we should be able to do whatever. Yeah.
It's only going to be beneficial to them.
No, 100%.
I mean, if you're doing your own YouTube and they have nothing to do with it, it's all in support of you and the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But I could see like why brands would like not want to do that, because it's like, it's scary to invest into a skater. You know, like when you sign someone for a contract, like you don't know how the person will treat it. You don't know how long that person will stay with you. You don't know how long, like you might like have beef with someone, like it can get messy. So I completely understand.
Do any of your writers have their own YouTube channels?
No.
So do you ever ask them, hey, why don't you guys?
No, because I don't think that's like the right approach. Like,
yeah,
because they're not that type of person.
Yeah,
you know.
You said we just said that they're skaters. They should focus on skating.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
But if they wanted to have their own channel,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
But then they have the passion, and it's not going to be as like, oh, I got to go do this now, dude. Like, YouTube.
Like we always say, and we're like, oh, every skater should have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I guess, but like. Not everyone's that type of person.
And that would oversaturate quickly, so it wouldn't work.
For sure.
Yeah, because then you have people doing it that you're like, they don't even want to do it. And then you're like, this is...
But that would translate, bro. I'd be like seeing that. I'd be like, I ain't going to watch this shit.
But like I said, like I think it's just...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But even if you're uploading clips and you have no personality in there, I just think it's another platform
100%. 100%.
that it wouldn't necessarily oversaturate anything.
Your own channel for your own parts. I don't think that's a bad idea. For example, like... So when, like people have been flow for a long time for many companies, right? You'll see people who are just like sitting there for a very long time. So Kyonosuke was on Primitive Tokyo and Lakai Tokyo. As soon as I brought him here, he instantly got contracted.
Right.
Like instantly. Like he wasn't getting boards ever directly through Primitive at all. He got here and like Heath called me and he signed him immediately.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because he saw him on your channel.
He saw the popularity, yeah. I mean, he was not even just the popularity. He's good. He's got everything. But that's the thing. He had all the skill it takes. And there's people who have all the skill, but they're waiting for their name to like be marketable, right? So he had everything, the perfect package. The best skater, like super consistent, great personality, and everyone knows who he is. Oh yeah, we filmed this right before I was about to leave Japan.
Okay.
Because I knew that he needed to have this part out. Then as soon as I moved back to LA, I brought him and they watched this video part. Then they deep dived into him. Heath called me. And
we want this guy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
How did you just go to the skate park and start meeting people in Japan? How did you meet all these guys?
Actually, I have a video of when I first met Kyonosuke.
Yeah.
I was filming a video with Yuto. And this is around the time Yuto started competing in SLS. And I said he was about to like go to LA. Yuto was. And then I was filming this video at his local park. Kyonosuke was there. He was 12 years old. Daiki Ikeda, he was also there.
Oh, wow.
He was 10. And like I filmed both of them and I was like, these kids are next. And you're going to see them in SLS one day. Just know I found them first. Last SLS, Kyonosuke and Daiki were both in SLS.
Dude, Daiki got second.
Daiki got second. He just won Tampa.
That's so cool, man.
So
sick,
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. There's like history. That's like 2018 or something, and the video was about Yuto. But then like that's how I met Kyonosuke.
That's rad.
And then like I actually had, when I asked him to be on a race, he was 14 years old. So when he was 14, I asked if I could like just speak to his parents. He had like a local board sponsor, and I brought him to LA. He was 14.
Damn.
This is before the whole YouTube really popped off. It was still popular, like 100,000 views a video. But I brought him, and then we were at the Diamond Park, and the Japan Primitive guy was there. And I was telling him, I was like, what do you think about getting this guy on Primitive?
Makoto?
Yep. Makoto.
Yeah, Makoto's a man.
Makoto. Yep. But I talked to Kyonosuke. He's like, oh, no, I'm on this other company. It's called Rifle Skateboards. It's like a small little brand, So it was like his first ever board sponsor.
Sure.
You don't want to leave it,
Try to stay true to it.
Exactly. So I had to gather everyone up and I had a meeting. I was like, I will make sure that by the time this kid is like out of school, he's going to be making a living from skateboarding. I was like, the first thing is I need to get him on Primitive. So I got him on Primitive Japan.
Okay.
And then from 14 to 18 or 14 to 17, I built up his name and I lived in Japan for a year and a half during that time period. Filmed his video part. We had so many videos done. He worked super hard. He was always consistent. Super nice kid. When I brought him to the US again, after I left Japan. He was signed. I like helped manage his like primitive contract, his Lakai. He raced and like before he was even 18, he was making more than like most skateboarders were. Yeah.
Do you speak Japanese?
A little bit, but not good enough.
So you're learning.
I understand. I could understand it better than I could speak, but that just like goes to show that like, say if like companies would do this with their skaters, they build a platform, they use that platform to fund like building the skater's name, and then the skater becomes valuable, which it's a returning investment into that.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing with Felipe too.
Mota.
I don't even know if I should be talking about that, but like with Felipe, he was kind of too young to contract, but he had like the skill and popularity.
Sure.
But then like I told Heath, I was like, hey, I'm about to sign Felipe, because you can share a contract of apparel.
Yeah.
They wanted him for primitive apparel too. I was like, if you don't sign him now, you can't sign him anymore. So
we strong-armed him. I love that.
They didn't announce him until like 6 months later. Like
he's so good though.
So he was gonna get signed, but like they did it. Like I get it. Like you can't commit to someone who's so young because they're not, dude. Like you don't know what they'll turn out to be. But like
I think that's what they were waiting for too.
No, they were 100%.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, the thing is, he's
a good kid.
I like met him. I was like, he's not gonna change. Like,
yeah.
And if I'm living in LA, like, I'm gonna look over him just like I did with like Kyonosuke. You know.
How did you even meet him?
Through Kyonosuke, filming with Primitive.
Oh, through Primitive. Okay.
Because I let Kyonosuke stay at my house for like 3 months at a time to like focus on like Primitive stuff. So I would just drive him everywhere. And then I just worked out, and like he went right away, and then Felipe shortly after.
I like it, man.
I remember seeing this dude. Like he used to come to the Diamond Park probably like 2018, right when he first came down here.
Yeah,
and he definitely spent some time in there, and I was like tripping on how I saw the progression happening.
Right.
And then sure enough, I mean, I saw him probably like a couple years later. I was like, dude, this kid is definitely doing his thing, bro.
Yeah.
That was the first video I did with him.
Sick.
Yeah, and then shortly after, like he was like always like putting emojis on the erased clothing, and then I was just like, oh, let's get you in some erased. And then like, his dad, I had to like talk to his dad, and I was like, yo, I was like, dude, this kid, like, because he's not from America, like the US, he's from Brazil. So like he was still learning the language, and like he didn't end up going to like a regular school. He couldn't handle it. Like he didn't speak the language, so it was really tough. So he asked if he could do like online school.
Sure.
So I was like, dude, this kid needs to be around like a crew and be out. Like he would just like, I don't know. Like I felt like he just needed to like be guided by the right people. Yeah. So I just thought it was a good opportunity, and he already watched my video. So I was like, okay, he's a fan of what I do.
What's funny about him? He's seriously, I don't know if you could tell by just watching his skating, but he's actually really funny.
Like his personality.
Yeah,
oh, dude, he's a goofball.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's the number one. Like for me, if I put someone on, like they got a vibe with the team, and he was like so natural, like just goofing around. Dude, this right here, like I bought a cake for his birthday. He was just turning 15, and like I asked him, I was like, "What are you doing for your birthday?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, nothing." I was like, "Dude, where's your crew at?" Like, like, let's go skate the barracks. So I like surprised him with this cake.
Smashed it in his face.
Yeah, because
I mean, what else are you supposed to
It's a birthday cake.
Yeah,
That's what it's meant for.
What are you supposed to eat it? What do you mean?
Let me ask you a quick question, dude. How do you? I mean, you're getting these videos translated in a lot of languages. How do you know that what they're saying is what's being translated? It's a leap of faith.
I don't.
Okay. So you can't piss off the people who are doing it.
There you go.
The comments will tell you.
Yeah, because I had one time a guy who tried to use Google Translate, and he was caught immediately.
Dude, you got him good right
there. Oh, the cake, yeah.
It's kind of hard.
I felt kind of bad. I apologized after. I was like, I fucked up. You're too small to be doing this shit. But this video like instantly blew up, and like I remember he had already had a big following. Like Felipe.
Oh, Felipe, yeah.
But this like he propelled even more after this.
He's a popular dude.
He's a popular kid.
He really is.
Man, I love his kick flips, dude. He's got a good
quick flick. Very unique too.
Good
like
kick flip.
It is so like it's like kind of like the shifty.
Yeah,
like,
carries it up and then flicks it and then catches. It's
100%.
It's so good.
Very precise.
But same thing. Like I thought like he needs like to make sure. I want to make sure I think this is the number one thing. When you're a kid, who you film with is super important.
True.
If your clips aren't filmed good, the company's not going to want to use them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, make sure everything, like if you want something filmed for IG, I'll film it. I'll make sure it looks really good. If you need like clips, like I'll film it. Like I want to make sure everything you do is as polished as it possibly can be. And when I started working like to focus on Kyonosuke, it was the same thing. I just made sure like everything was perfect. So then when the companies find him, they're like, how are we not going to take this?
Right.
Like,
It's a good. Yeah,
It's a great
I like
point,
that.
for sure.
and Johnny's
That's so
next,
funny.
so.
You basically
Johnny.
gave
Johnny.
a sponsor me tape for kids and put it on the map. That's basically what you did.
Yeah. That's
Like when we came up, we had to send tapes in. Now we're putting tapes out to the masses.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need that kid.
You never
know
know
what I
who's
mean?
looking at them. You
Yeah.
never know who's looking at Instagram or YouTube or whatever. Let's talk about really quickly the you did a collab with Lakai
Super
/
sick.
X Erased.
Yeah.
How? I mean, obviously Kyonosuke's on
That's a good one.
Lakai.
Yes,
So
Lakai.
it just was a kind of a good fit right there to do a little collab.
It's our second one. So
Okay. How was it though? I mean, dude, this is a
With
good
Lakai,
show.
it's your second one?
it's our second collaboration with
Oh,
Lakai.
okay.
Yeah. I did one as soon as I had moved back.
Okay.
Yeah. And it did really well. And I guess skate shops were like, kind of,
Do it again.
they're like, because we did it online only and it sold out instantly. And the skate shops were kind of pissed that we didn't offer them. But this, keep in mind, like I was still kind of like the company hasn't been in any stores yet.
Right.
Till this day, I just like, it's hard for me to take that leap because that's a huge leap that I don't really know how to take yet.
I mean, you need salespeople. You need people to call the
Exactly.
shops
Yeah.
and foster these accounts. You know?
And that takes away from what I'm doing.
Right.
So the second
You
one.
gotta hire some people for that. You want?
Yeah, sorry about that. Where was it?
You got the right there.
Okay.
The high top's dope too, man.
So the Teleford is a shoe that Kyonosuke was often skating when we first came to LA,
Okay.
and people were going crazy
Yeah,
over
this
this
is a good
shoe.
one, bro.
You know,
It
So,
looks good, man.
It does.
I thought it would be a really good idea to do this for the second one, and I was like, okay, Kyonosuke, you can choose your own like color, and this is his colorway.
Got the
The one thing I should
burgundy.
also mention that I didn't mention,
Mhm.
the whole reason Erase is as popular as it is now is because of this, my co-owner,
Yeah.
Edwin.
Mhm.
He designed this one right here. It's like the red. He designed everything. We just chose colors, you know. But he's carried this whole thing on his back. Like he let me just focus on making YouTube content and like filming videos and focusing on the team. And he took everything.
And you had met him when you had already started the company.
So I met him right after I started the company. So when I left LA, I made a video and I spoke about how I felt. You know how I was like tripping out, being like, I don't know like what I'm doing anymore. I spoke about it on YouTube, and he saw the video and he's like, bro, if you really want to do this company, like just let me know. I'll help you with anything.
Random
And
dude.
I never replied to those. But for some reason I just thought like, I should trust this guy, and like I did. And like
wait, you didn't even know this
I
dude?
did not know him.
Wow.
It was a random email, but for some reason I was like,
Some dude named Edwin just
yeah, exactly. Little did I know
amazing,
he
bro.
would carry the whole thing. Let me move to Japan. He was sleeping on bags. He was packing everything up, and like he would fall because he was doing it all by himself. And I left to Japan and I came back with a warehouse, like not a warehouse. We have like a huge office with employees. And like I left with him doing it from his garage. Like he gave me the opportunity to just focus on, because what am I going to do a brand? I don't know shit about like designing. Like I took screen printing, but like I didn't take it serious, you know, like my focus and my passion is on filming, editing, bringing people together, like team management. So yeah, I just thought I should mention them because like this is only possible because you can create a brand out of, and be popular, but if the designs are bad, if the clothing is bad, like
That'd be
it doesn't
done.
mean anything.
For
So
straight up.
Is he doing logos? Is he
does
creative?
everything.
Wow.
Yeah. As of recently, we've put like we do so many. We used to have a lot of people, but we do most of the jobs now because it's just like it is so tiring to hire people and then tell them what to do,
You know, like
Yeah.
that sounds stupid, but like
No, it doesn't.
like they ask you questions. I'm like, dude, I hired you, so I don't have to do this anymore. Like I don't have to. And then even after training for so long, like I just realized I was like like what I do, it's like not big enough to make it more corporate. I would, if I wanted to go corporate, I would have sold into Zoomies, and I would have just bought, like the way I do things so low key right now, it's only sustainable by keeping it low key in the like work field too. Yeah.
Based on what you want to have out and be through you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's hard to act, going back to what you just said, it's hard to trust other people to do the job that you want to be done.
100%, because
sure.
once you give control, it's not your company anymore. And I was so close. Like when I had the team, we had some guy, he's like, let's put everyone on salary. Let's do this. Let's do that. And like, it just wasn't adding up. And I was like, bro, you're doing he didn't like do a horrible job, but he didn't know this world of skateboarding. So I was like, there was some damage control after that. And I was like, oh fuck. Like, even if we get professionals for this, skateboarding is a very particular sacred thing that you have to respect. Yeah. And it's not just a skateboarding company, it's a streetwear brand. But like my content is skateboarding content.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, we just decided, we're like, let's keep this as low key as we can. But the thing is, I never expected the brand to get as big as it did. So it's kind of hard to like figure, like everything is difficult to figure out.
And you have a new drop coming soon, right?
Yeah, on September 9th. I think this video might be out. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It'll be...
Yeah, it will.
It'll be out.
It'll be out
on the 11th,
the Monday.
right?
Yeah. Oh, the drop just came out. You had a new drop come out a couple days ago. Amazing. But no, that's... and
it's only available on your site, sorry.
Yeah.
Only on
erasedproject.com.
And how many items? I mean, we're doing a whole drop.
This is something he spent a really long time to do. It's 50 plus items.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have...
This is the most you've
Yeah,
dropped.
we just made denim pants. We have belts. We have like sweaters, hoodies, zip ups, like button ups, like Hawaiian tees.
Minimal units.
We're actually going to try to do a pre-order this time.
Okay, good for
Because
you.
which I haven't really done.
Good for you, bro.
The pre-order is like kind of like more on the safer side, because obviously like you can get as many sales as you possibly can because like when you have to shoot a number, right? When you're making sales, you'll order a certain amount and you have to pay it up front. And sometimes that can cost a lot of money.
You can shoot yourself in the foot.
Especially,
Easy,
exactly.
real quick.
And companies have been doing that really bad recently, because when COVID happened, that's the most sales anyone was ever making. And then you build that overhead. So right now, what I think is like a smart approach is like, people are complaining because stuff sells out, right? So this time we meet like in the middle, like you have to wait for it to be produced.
Right.
But
you're paying
for it. So the exclusivity thing's gone, but like, come on, like this is so helpful for
you. And as
this system, like what you watch, like I hope by the like interview thing, like they know, like I'm not just trying to money grab. Like I put everything into what I do. Like it all goes back in.
Right.
I saw you gave Felipe his own pro pants.
Yeah, he's gonna have his own signature pants. We're gonna film it on Wednesday, and he's gonna like figure out where to embroider it, and then we can film that whole process. So
wow,
yeah,
cool. He gets his first pro pant before board.
Yeah, get some royalty from it. Yeah. I mean, dude, we got Kyonosuke some royalties from this.
Love that.
There's no correct way these days. You can
do
whatever
awesome.
for the most part, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
So that white one was my choice. Edwin was this one, and Kyonosuke was that one.
Out of all of them, I think I'd wear that yours right there.
Yeah.
I was fighting with Edwin. I was like, I know this one's going to sell the best. It sold the best.
It's a great looking shoe. I love it.
It's just that, yeah, dude, I'm out and about, so I see like so much. I was like, dude, I've seen like what people dress like. This one's going to sell.
Yeah, it's super subtle. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, but I love these two. They're complimentary to that one as well.
Are they all sold out?
Yeah, on my site for sure.
Okay, so you did a split, like, hey, we're going to sell a certain amount on our site.
I think Lakai ordered more, though. Okay. So at this point, they might have more. I don't know. It depends when this.
Do you know the units that you guys produced on these?
Exactly.
Like, is it like 250 each, 500 each? Is
no.
it more
I
than
don't know exactly how much, but it was around 2,750. Like 2,750 shoes
altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, that's decent. That's a
yeah.
good amount.
Well, that's a limited. Yeah, we do limited releases.
Yeah.
But
How
Yeah.
many did you buy for your site?
Huh?
How many did you have for your site?
250 this time only.
Oh, it's only 250.
Last time was 700,
Woo!
and it sold out quick. This time I went low because it's going into skate shops. I didn't want to take from the skate shops, so I ordered way less on my
Love
site.
that.
So
Perfect.
Smart.
out of that 2,700, the Lakai took a few, but then the rest went to skate shops. So when I heard that the skate shops were complaining about us not like
Yeah.
having them, I just decided to order very
Dope.
little, and it sold out like right away.
Love that.
Yeah, it's
Love
better to
that.
be safe, bro. You know,
100%. I was like,
sitting on inventory
dude,
for no reason.
yeah, no, I ordered a very like low amount, but the skate shops, like they're all over the world, which is so cool to me because I've never done that before. I've kept last time we sold 700, and the cool thing when you do it online, the profit is insane.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
all day.
But going into skate shops, like I want my brand to be in like
The staple.
skate shops all over the world, like
Yeah,
like the coolest shops. But like I said, it's not. I don't have a sales rep to do that.
Mhm.
I'm so busy. Like
Yeah.
So it's
you
like-
know, you may get there though.
Have
You know?
people asked, like, hey, I'll be like people that are experienced?
Maybe you get a random email.
I was
Yeah.
offered
Mm.
to have I think 6 stores in China and 2 stores in Hong Kong, and like the employees would be I would be under like this company, and like I would have been making like a lot of money. But the thing is, if you do that, this has happened, and like the company's just like image goes off completely, you know, because
Yeah.
then eventually they'll buy you. I don't know if that's what they intended to do, but they'll buy you out of your company.
Mm.
Dude, if I had that many,
Oh.
you know how much it costs to make a store? Like it is incredibly
No,
expensive.
that's what they're doing now, right?
The companies do that. They'll sell their like it was. I don't think they were trying to
their
buy
likeness
Yeah,
so they can do it in
Exactly.
wherever.
Totally.
and it would have been a huge.
Oh, so this was a licensing play.
I think so.
Yeah.
I kind of like didn't entertain the
Right,
thing so
okay.
much, but like
Interesting.
it was. And they do like Bape and like all those big streetwear brands, and like
We see what like FA just did, like with the store in like Seoul, Korea.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
and
it's like
I don't know the details really how
No.
like they do that, but there is big corporate companies that get in, like I mean even with Lakai and like Huff and
Mhm.
like everything, like Supreme was
I
bought
think
out
Huff,
too.
I think Huff
Oh.
it's a similar deal where there's
Yeah,
multiple different stores and
Yeah.
they're building them out like crazy.
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
Which I'm definitely down to do. Like, what was it called again?
License.
Licensing.
deal,
yeah.
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
do it, but like I want to make sure the deals where it's like, before that store even opens, I kind of want to see who's working there.
But
I
also,
wanna
you want to
see-
make sure that they're producing your clothing and shoes and whatever you're making in a quality fashion.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest part.
Like,
of it.
Yeah, but
not
I
just-
mean, if you're speaking on like Japan and I mean, their quality is just
Oh, so
phenomenal.
good.
So
Yeah.
So good.
anybody that's going to be taking on that the quality is probably going to be there.
100%.
Right,
But then again, like I told you, when you hire people who don't know your world, even if they're professionals at marketing or
Yeah.
whatever,
True.
our world is so different.
Big time.
Yeah. You can't really calculate skateboarding.
Yeah.
You can't calculate how many clips you're going to get. You can't calculate how long a full length will take.
Can't calculate how many views you're going to get. on a
Exactly.
video. Listen, but you're doing a great job
Man.
as it is, and your channel is phenomenal. First time I looked into it, I was like, God damn, this dude! Oh my God! Like, I trip out on just skateboarding in general, and just who's out there putting out what content and
Yeah.
how many views we're getting on
Yeah.
this type of content. You know,
Thank you.
it's like when he put out the video that got 1 million views. Devontae Jolly.
Godspeed? Dude,
Godspeed.
that video got like 5 million.
Right. And like it's unheard of, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you're out there getting good it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Keep up the good work.
Thank
and
you.
I'm a big fan.
Hey,
Nice
real
one.
quick, shout out to Devontae. I think he's someone like
All day.
we both like around the same time were doing
Mhm.
something similar. When I lived in Inglewood, we'd cross paths sometimes, and like he did skate vlogging too, you know, like
Yep.
his GoPro videos, day with the homies.
Mhm.
He did it in a really good way. Like he
Definitely.
kept everything true to himself. He didn't like worry about monetization.
Sure.
And like he does it, he creates like a tight knit community, and he does such a good job. Like that video was like an illegal civ video, but
Mhm.
that was Devontae's
Oh
video.
yeah,
All day.
100%.
Devontae made that.
agree.
That's his image. And like, again, sometimes I think a person just needs like the opportunity. I don't think like the person in particular has to do their own channel. They just
Mhm.
need like, you create a system of how that person can be the best
Yeah.
version of themselves
Right.
and have it work in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
agree.
love it, man. I
Yeah,
love
he did
it.
a phenomenal job with
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, keep doing your thing, dude, and congrats on all the success and
Big
Erased, and
Thank
I
you.
would love to skate for it if there's a spot.
Chris is looking for a clothing sponsor.
I've been looking for a clothing sponsor for a long time. Nobody's hitting me up, or it's crazy, Dubs. But no, seriously though,
You got to sponsor me, Doug?
can we?
His YouTube channel.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen the? Come on, man! It's the most. This is the most watched clip in
Literally.
skateboarding
I-
history.
I wouldn't doubt it. If it's playing every video, you can calculate all those up.
100%.
I'm gonna be on the same thing. I'm gonna beat you.
No, you
Yeah,
I've already got a 7-year head start. Or whenever Mark Johnson came on, he brought the iPad.
Crazy.
Can we give you some 9 Club stuff to take home with
Yeah,
you?
of
We
course.
got some, Kelly, we do the honors,
course.
bro. Give him some Yeti stuff and some cool stuff. We don't have
Yes.
too much back there.
What size T-shirt?
Large.
Large.
Yeah.
Yeah, our drop's coming soon. But
Yes, sir.
no, I think for us, and that's why I'm interested in your clothing thing too. Is it's just harder. Our main product is our show,
Yeah.
and it's hard for us to kind of navigate clothing. It's not as easy as you think that people think it is. Like, oh, just get a shirt, screen print,
Like
pop.
logo. Yeah.
I mean, it's a difficult process, and plus, like you were saying, like it's a lot of money up front to like buy some stuff.
100%.
We're gonna spend 20 grand on some stuff. Like it's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Now we need a partner. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And it's just hard to like get people invested into it, especially like if it's just. That's why I transitioned from making merchandise into like a company,
Mhm.
like giving it its own separate life.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And
But-
I like the. Sorry to cut you off really
No,
quick.
it's
I
fine.
like the pre-order stuff because right
Yeah.
now
Safe.
it's hard out there for people.
Yeah.
And are people buying what they used to buy?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've
It's
been.
tough.
You hear a lot, and it's good to like keep it small because if it's
Mhm.
small, like you don't really have to stress as much because you can keep it under control.
Sure.
Yeah. Small
You
and
can't.
lean.
Yeah, you can't stop paying people.
Mhm.
But if there's not that many like people to pay, or there's not that many, I'm not like sending thousands of things all over. I could milk it, but how long can I keep that alive for?
Right.
No,
Right.
You got to be selective and very
Yeah.
calculating on how you do that.
I want to find like the right company to help me expand.
Do you have offices here, or warehouse in
Downtown LA, yeah.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, it's just me and my homie like basically running, and we have like one employee like who works there, and then I have like
Mhm.
my little brother just moved in with me to edit my like content
Oh, sick.
because I'm just like so burnt out from spending
So
150
you
hours.
trust your brother to edit your content now.
I could just teach him. Like I'm like
It's
so
gonna be a
str-
process. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
process, but
I'm so strict.
Thank you, Kelly.
But he's like super like into tech, so
Right.
easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's easier for you to talk to your brother like that and make sure
Oh.
that he's understanding to
For
what you're talking about.
sure,
No,
100.
I didn't mean it like this, dude. Like this.
Yeah, I'm kind of like very strict when it comes to how I want things. I'm like,
Sure.
no, not like that, like this. Like that's why it takes me so long to edit. So it's like I never wanted to hire anyone because like I would lose my mind. But if it's
Right.
my little brother, like I'm just like, okay, today you do this,
Mm-hmm.
do that, and
Right.
if you get better, I'll let you work on this stuff.
Okay.
So he's just
Oh.
living with me and like
In
on
the steps.
yeah, I don't have to give him full-time hours. I'm like, okay, like I give you cheap rent. I'm going to pay you while you work, but you can't do certain things until you get the skill for it. So like the better you get, the more full-time.
How old is he?
He's 22.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's not so little anymore.
Yeah.
He's still your little
Yeah,
brother.
he's
though.
my little bro. But like he's like when you're a small town kid and you don't leave home, like this is his first time leaving.
Oh wow.
So like he's like scared to drive like in the city and everything and like
give him a couple months, man.
Yeah.
He can be flying through the city, no problem, man.
No doubt.
Well, first of all, Luis, dude,
thank
bro,
you. Thank you.
pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you
That
so
was
much
really
for coming
dope, bro.
by
Really
on the
great
show.
to hear your
I
story,
appreciate
man.
you.
Yeah.
And
Let's see this merch. Can I
okay,
see
well,
the
first of
socks?
all, we got some 9 Club stance socks right here.
Oh, nice.
Did a little
Sort of
collab
nice.
with them, you know what I'm saying?
Slide those right in these
We
shoes.
also, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
I like
We
these.
also got the 9 Club Yeti. This is their new plastic joint right here. Get
Yes,
your water,
sir.
keep it,
Buttery.
keep it see through right there. You know what I'm saying?
I actually need this.
We got our little 9 Club.
I'd be carrying water bottles
Yeah,
everywhere.
dude.
Can't just be.
Chris, you having trouble over
I
there?
come home with like 5.
What's going on, man? I can't even see this.
Find that thing.
There we
There
go.
it
Yeah,
is.
there we go.
All
There we
right.
go. Take that home with you, dude. Stay hydrated out there,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Also, this is one of our sayings over here. I think Dubs coined this term, man. Skaters supporting skaters.
Yes,
That
sir.
is
This
our-
is number one right here.
That is our the mantra over here, because without each other, man, where the hell would we be, man?
But we know that there's some hating amongst the skaters, but we always should support each other.
Oh no, for
Damn
sure. Like
Yeah.
that's just how it is,
It
man.
is, no doubt.
That's skateboarding.
It's with any place you go to.
100%.
man. And then it's going to get cold out there soon, so we got the 9 Club crew neck embroidered crew neck.
nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I hope you like.
No, this
navy.
is beautiful.
Uh,
It's not too thick either. This
yeah.
is nice.
we got stickers back there too. We got a whole bunch of stuff. You can go in our warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a
And then
little-
we
do a little deep
then we
dive.
would probably want a box from you.
Yeah.
Wanna do
Yeah.
That's how we're asking now, huh?
Ready
Give
for
us
your
a
guys' first box?
Give us a little code for the website. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do
Straight
this,
up.
man.
I just need sizes. I
Okay,
y'all.
we got you, man.
I think we're
Large.
pretty much all larges, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That makes it much easier.
Yeah.
Sick.
Can't
What
wait.
color preference do you guys like?
Any colors, man.
Nah.
I like white. What do you mean, no?
People say that and then they actually have a preference.
Yeah, no, I do have. a
They're
preference.
always
Oh,
like,
what's
yeah,
your preference?
anything is fine. Then they get like a red shirt and they're like, damn it.
Oh yeah, red's kind of a.
I'm
do you-
more of like white, black, and gray.
I'm that too.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at a green or blue or, you know what I mean? I'm not
It
mad
just-
at some
yeah, it
other,
depends, for
some
sure.
baby blue shit, you know?
Baby blue?
Yeah, baby blue.
Baby blue.
You know what's funny? Remember when we had Buscemi on the show?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you know, Chris, your style's always been pretty good. You never wore like purple or anything.
Oh
I just thought it was funny that it was like,
How did you even remember that?
I
That was like
safe.
years ago.
because that was just really funny. He's like, you never wore purple or anything. Like,
They just kept it safe.
that was
Buscemi's
funny.
the man.
Yeah.
Buscemi.
Yeah.
No, we'll talk colors. We'll talk boxes. We'll talk all kinds of stuff after the show, man.
Hell yeah,
but
dude.
Luis, appreciate you coming by, and dude, all the success, man.
Yeah, bro.
dude.
Thank you guys. This is like an honor, honestly. Like when I got here, I was super nervous and I'm sorry if I spoke too much.
I could tell you care about what you do, and
Straight
I
up.
think we all can see that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. So,
So everyone thankful for that. So
yes,
yes.
Thank you, Luis.
Hell yeah.
Come by anytime.
Thank you so much.
Man.